Okay, now let's get on into it. Let's get on down to the nitty gritty. We are talking about missing person Zailey Flores. Now, in January 11th, her boyfriend is saying that they went to Tijuana and got separated. And once they got separated, he was no longer able to find her. His phone got stolen by the police. And he says that she has been missing ever since. He doesn't know what happened to her. Her mother is wanting answers as well. And so I'm going to play what the mom has to say. I'm going to share with you guys what the FBI also is saying about this. And then we are going to talk with or play audio of us talking with the boyfriend. Now, while we get this going, I need help from you guys to share so that this can run its course through the algorithm. I have not recorded a video in a while. And when you don't record a video in a while, YouTube just completely takes you out of the algorithm. So what helps the algorithm, what helps spreading this message is sharing this video, liking this video, and things like that. Even if you don't have a personal person to share it with, if you just share it to your email or you just hit the share button and text it to your phone or your kid's phone or something like that, that helps us out a lot in getting back in the algorithm, letting people see this video, because this is an absolute must hear. We talked to the boyfriend for a very long time. I basically had him run through what happened. Then I asked him again. And then I would ask him things in different ways. And then I'd be like, well, I don't remember you saying this or that. And so I kept asking him things for a course of an hour and 20 minutes. We were on the phone. He started talking fast. I had to get him to rewind, reverse, pump the brakes. So it was a pretty lengthy interview, but it is something that we all need to listen to, all need to hear, and find out what happened to Zailey. Apparently, somebody reached out to him saying that they had her. They were trying to get a ransom. He sent us receipts talking to these people. When we got the receipts translated, it seemed like he was kind of involved. It was just weird. So I then had to call him again so that he can explain to us what we're looking at, because we had someone translating. And when I say we, I'm talking about Simply Anna, because Simply Anna helped organize all of this for me. She has been a great help. If you guys need somebody to do research for your YouTube channels, definitely get Simply Anna on your team, okay? And let's get Zailey home. So let me share with you guys what the FBI said, what her mom said, and then we're going to get into what the boyfriend is saying now. Hit the like button, hit the share button. Thank you. I need your help in getting this out here so we can get Zailey home and get to the bottom of what is really going on. Okay, so let's go get into it.
The FBI is asking for your help finding a missing Las Vegas woman. 21-year-old Zailey Flores was last heard from on January 12th. Authorities say she called a family member saying she was in Mexico. She is 5 feet 6 inches tall, 140 pounds, and is known to change her hair color between brown, black, and copper. If anyone has information, contact the Las Vegas FBI field office or an American embassy or consulate.
All right. So that was them giving information saying that Zailey is missing. They were trying to find her, et cetera, et cetera. Now, Zailey's mother also tried to get awareness for Zailey as well. So I'm going to play 2 videos of her mom speaking about this situation, and then we're going to get on into the boyfriend.
Best timeline possible to clear up any confusion. January 4th, Zailey sent me a text message. She didn't tell me that she was going to Mexico. She was just reaching out. That's it. January the 12th, Zailey calls me and tells me that she's in Mexico. She didn't seem like she was happy and or safe. January the 26th, We started getting contacts from random people on Instagram, me and my entire family. They were sending us screenshots of Ricardo de la Torre's information and things that he was posting. I reached out to Ricardo on the 26th of January. No, I do not know this man. He is 43 years old and he claims to be Zailey's boyfriend. From what I understand, Ricardo is now in the United States and he is a resident of California. January the 27th is when I posted the video about the FBI and the Las Vegas Police Department. Since then, there has been a police report that was made with the Las Vegas Police Department. I also spoke with the FBI yesterday, which is the 27th. They did not offer any assistance. They only told me to go to the police department and let them help me further. I have been in contact with the embassy in Tijuana. They have a report. They also require that I get a police report of a missing person from Las Vegas, Nevada's police department. I've done that and I sent that over by email. Today is Saturday, so the FBI is closed. The State Department is closed. I'm gonna give you guys the best timeline possible to clear up any confusion.
All right, so that's the mom laying out the logistics of when she got a text from Zailey, when she spoke to Zailey, and when she first went public with the information. She talks about the boyfriend being 43 years old and him being the last point of contact with Zailey. She then posted up another message where she said that the FBI had finally made her a missing persons report.
This is the official FBI flyer. You can go to my Facebook, which is just Maybell. Maybell, that's it, right? Then after that, there's going to be an article for a news channel that I just did an interview with today. Please go and read that news article and share it. This is not a game. This is the official.
All right. So now we are up into speaking to Ricardo. So Simply Anna reached out to Ricardo and, we had questions for him. And I also wanted to ask questions for the mom too, because she said that she spoke to her daughter in January 12th. And then the only next time that she kind of had movement with this was on the 26th. So I was wondering why, if her daughter didn't feel safe, why, did she try to call her back? Who contacted her? And we had a lot of questions for the mom. However, she agreed to do the interview and then she backed out at the last minute. So maybe we'll be able to talk to her at a later date because, I wanted to understand a little bit more of her timeline of working through this, as well as Ricardo, his timeline of working through this as well. I wanted to know, when she texted her, exactly what she said, when she spoke to her. Did she try to call her back? Did she try to call the number back? There's a lot of unanswered questions about certain things. So I talked to her briefly today. I let her know that I had spoken to Ricardo. And it seemed like after I had spoke to Ricardo, or I told her I spoke to Ricardo, her energy kind of shifted. I really don't know if she kind of got upset that we were speaking to him. I don't know, but I have to do a full balanced story and get all sides. So after, I told her, I said, listen, I'll play to you what Ricardo said, because I even asked Ricardo, what do you want to say to the mom? What do you want to say to Zailey? Things like that. So I wanted to play that for her. She was saying that she didn't have anything nice to say. I was telling her how he wanted the phone number of the person who contacted her. And then she said that she wouldn't give him the number. He had to go through the FBI. So then when I talked to him again, I told him, I'm like, listen, she don't want to give you the number. She said, you got to go through the FBI, blah, blah, blah. So you're going to hear all of that now. Let's get Ricardo's interview queued up and hear what he has to say. He said a lot, the description of what she was wearing. I asked him, what was she wearing at the time? And he said that she had on overalls, Vans, a red jacket, a poncho, and then she had his jacket on top of that. And then she had on a mask. And then, so it was all of these layers that he said she had on. So it was a lot, but it happened over the course of an hour and some change. And I asked him the same things quite a few times just to get an understanding. Okay, you said this. Okay, let me understand that. So it's a lot of that. So let's get it going. Let's pull it up. Hello.
Ricardo.
Hi,
Hello.
Nick.
Hi.
I'm going to let you guys talk. I'm going to go on mute, okay? This is Diana, but Nick at Night is here. Ricardo is here.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, Ricardo. How are you this morning?
Well, I'm well, thank you.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I heard about this story from TikTok, and I just kind of wanted to hear from you basically what happened.
Okay, well, Zailey and I went to Mexico to look at apartments in Tijuana. We were planning on moving out there and to eventually move over to Guadalajara to be closer to her dad, whom she wanted to, she was constantly in communication with him. And our phones didn't work when we went to Tijuana. We didn't know that. I hadn't been in Tijuana in 20 years, so I had no idea that our service didn't work out there. And when it was starting to get late, like almost nighttime, I was in a rush to get out of there, and I was like asking Zailey, "Let's go." And
you were okay. I'm gonna pause you. You were in a rush to get out of where?
Out of Mexico, because it was not what I expected when we got there. It was just a lot of police everywhere, and it just seemed like it was like not the place to be after dark.
Okay, so you guys were where in Mexico? Like,
we're in Tijuana downtown, on Revolution Avenue.
Okay, so you were on Revolution Avenue. You guys had went to go look for apartments, and then
the person we were gonna meet with, he never responded to us when we were trying to contact him through Wi-Fi, and we looked up some apartments on Facebook Marketplace, but it just didn't seem like the place to be. The longer we were there, I was like, let's just get out of here.
What gave you like a bad vibe about it?
Just the fact that there was like police with their lights on everywhere, like on every corner, and it just did not seem like the place I remember from when I went 20 years before.
Okay.
And so we were moving through this crowd, and when I looked back, when I got to the cab, she was nowhere in sight, and I hopped on the cab. And
were you guys like
her.
running from somebody or something? Like
no, we were just trying to get to a cab because the cabs were getting like, as soon as we were almost getting to a cab, somebody would jump in there. It's just hectic out there.
Okay,
the traffic is hectic.
Wait, pause. What was going on? Like, what was the crowd for? Like, what?
It's just crowded out there, I guess. It's just so much traffic and people there. It's like New York, kind of, but more chaotic.
Okay, so it just was a lot of people on the streets or driving?
On the streets, on sidewalks, and driving.
Okay, so you guys were walking through the crowd, and then you were trying to make your way to the cab. Okay, and so there wasn't like a special event going on or anything like that would make this crowd? No.
I think it's just like that all the time in there.
Okay, and so she was walking next to you, and then you guys, finish.
We were close to each other, and then a couple of times she would wander off and like looking at souvenirs and stuff, and I just kept reminding her like stay close to me, and unbeknownst to me, she was not on her meds, and she had left them at home by accident, but she never told me about that. I was asking her if she was taking her meds.
What meds? Like, okay,
takes,
you gotta. Okay, slow down.
Yeah, I'm gonna fill you guys in. She takes psychiatric meds for. I believe she has schizophrenia. I'm not sure what her diagnosis is, but she's taking lithium and some other medications, and without them, it's caused her problems before, where she ended up in the hospital because she is like non-verbal even to that after a certain amount of time without her meds. So, had I known that she was not on her meds, I would have probably been more attentive to like holding her hand or something. I thought she was all in her right senses, but when I didn't see her anymore, I panicked and I got in the cab and started driving around the street looking for her. and I couldn't find her, so I had the cab driver just drop me off at the border crossing, which is not probably like half a mile away from where we're at. And I went over across the border to get my car, which is parked like right across the border. And I drove back into Mexico with my vehicle, and I started driving around looking for her for like probably 2 hours before I got pulled over by an officer because I was yelling her name out the window everywhere I was driving. And an officer pulled me over, and he ended up stealing my phone and had me get all the money out of my bank card at the ATM at 7-Eleven right there on Revolution. And after that, I still was driving around looking for her, and another officer pulled me over and trying to shake me down again. And let him know that I was just cleaned out by another officer. And at that point, I started getting a little paranoid about the police there. So I stopped driving around, and I was just sitting in my car trying to see if I spotted her from the car, and I fell asleep.
Did you check to see if she had gone to like any of like the hospitals? Like when you were driving around, did you see if there was any hospitals around there? Maybe she
I wasn't thinking in those terms. I was just thinking in terms of maybe she just like was wandering around, like, you know, sightseeing and stuff, and probably even looking for me, you know.
Did you go back to the street that you guys got separated? And
yeah, that's where I went, and I was starting asking the police officers there and the shopkeepers, because we did shop around there. I bought her a ring and a poncho, and I went to that shop in particular, and then I was going door to door asking around if they seen her, but nobody apparently had saw her. And so the next day, when the sun came up again, I started driving around again for like another 4 hours looking for her and calling her name out, and to no avail. And then I started thinking maybe she crossed over the border already, maybe, you know. And so I went across the border, and I was asking the customs officials in the border crossing if they have seen her, and they were saying that they were not aware of her crossing, and they wouldn't be able to let me know if she had crossed because I wasn't related to her and I wasn't married to her. So I stayed at the border for for the rest of the day until nighttime, and I didn't see her. Started thinking maybe what if she hitched a ride back home, possibly because her phone was going straight to her phone.
You couldn't call her?
Not when we were in Mexico, because her phones didn't work in Mexico, and her phone was going straight to voicemail.
Okay, all right, stop, pause. All right, so her phone was going to voicemail. You couldn't get a hold
initially,
of her that way.
And then my phone got stolen by the police that night. So I really didn't have any kind of way to get a hold of her after that.
Oh, the police took your phone also?
The Mexican police, yeah, they stole my phone and all the money I had.
Okay, yeah, you did say that. So how did you call her if they took your phone?
Well, before they took my phone, I was calling her, and it was going to voicemail. And when I went over to the U.S. side, so that's when I went back to the Mexico, and I got jacked by the police. When I came across to the American side again, I was waiting for her at the border, and she wasn't crossing around. So I figured maybe she went home. I didn't have any way of verifying that, so I went home just in case she did go home with somebody, like hitch a ride or something. And when I got home is when I realized she didn't take her meds, because I saw her backpack that she left behind with like some of her journals and her medicine in it. And I've tried to file a police report here, a missing person report here when I was in.
Where's that? Where's here?
In Los Angeles, California.
Okay, so you're from LA? Is that where you?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not from Mexico.
No, I was born in Los Angeles, and I was raised in Compton.
Oh, okay.
And Zailey and I live together. She's been living with me since late November.
Okay.
And so I tried filing a police report here when I was here, because it was just like really just nerve-wracking at the time, where not being able to get a hold of her. And I got an Obama phone when I came out here just to replace my phone, and her phone's still going to voicemail. It's the LAPD wouldn't take the missing persons case because she went missing in Mexico. So they advised me to go back to Mexico and file the report. So I ended up waiting around like a day or two so I could save up some money so I bought a phone that was an iPhone that was able to work in Mexico. Well, so when I went out there, I would still be able to communicate, and went to Mexico and filed a missing person report with the state investigators there in Baja.
Okay, so pause.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, all right. So you guys go to Mexico and you're looking for apartments. What date was that?
This is on the we left on the 10th of January.
Okay. So on
Yeah.
the 10th of January, you guys went to go look for apartments. How many days were you guys there?
Well, we went out there, and the first day she didn't want to go into Mexico, so we ended up just getting a hotel in San Diego, in
Uh-huh.
National City at the Roadway Inn, and we went shopping the next day over at. We went to a Guitar Center and bought a banjo and harmonica, and we were just hanging out and by the border, and she ended up, just saying that she was, she was down to go out there finally, and so we went to Mexico across walking, and that's
Okay,
how we ended up out there.
so you walked into Mexico?
From San Isidro.
Okay, okay. I thought, because I don't know, somebody else said that you guys had just drove straight into Mexico and you didn't.
No,
Oh, okay.
we walked it, and they don't check anything out when you go to Mexico.
Okay. So
And
you went to San where? Sorry.
San Isidro.
Oh, okay, San Isidro. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know where that's at. I'm from Cali. I live not too far from San Diego. When I was younger, we used to always go to TJ, but we would go through San Diego. I don't know what what's
San Isidro is it's the last town before you get into Mexico.
Oh, okay, maybe I wasn't aware of the town I was passing, but yeah, we used to do it when I was younger. So I'm aware, like, there is a place right before the border where you can park your cars. I'm aware of that.
Right. It's there's outlets and stuff right there.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then yeah, along the border when you're walking. Well, when I used to go back in the day, there used to be like little kids like trying to sell you stuff all alongside. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. So you guys go on the 10th. She didn't want to go the first day on the 10th. So
Yeah.
on the 11th is when you guys walk into Mexico.
Yeah, we walked into Mexico, and that's the day that she actually disappeared at like around 6:30 in the afternoon.
Oh, okay. So you guys didn't even stay there like a full day. You just walked
No.
into Mexico.
We
On
weren't
the
planning on staying
11th.
out there at all. We were just going to go check out the apartments and see what was up out there,
Okay. So you go walk into Mexico, you see that this isn't a place that you really liked. It was a little, was it hood, ghetto, or something? Or
It just seemed the vibe was just kind of creepy with the police activity going on everywhere with the they have the lights on constantly, and
Mhm.
it just didn't seem right,
Right,
and
okay.
and towards the afternoon, like once it was getting a little later, we started noticing like a lot of the shops started like rolling up their doors, and that's probably where the flux of people in the streets happened, from people, I guess, leaving to go home or whatever.
Okay.
And
All
in
right,
that hustle and bustle, that's where she got lost in the mix there.
all right.
The thing I'm tripping on is that there's cameras everywhere there in that area. So there has to be video of what happened with her, where she went and or who she went with.
Okay,
There has to be.
So this was you guys were dating, right? This was your
We
girlfriend?
were dating. Yeah, we actually had already discussed getting married and stuff. We already made some plans and shit, and we were trying to meet her parents before we went out there. We reached out to her mom quite a few times, but her mom would never respond to her. And her dad, we were just gonna go out there and catch him by surprise, I guess. I don't know if she had told him that we were living together. I don't know what else they discussed. I don't even know his name,
Hold
actually.
on one second. Anna, can you put your thing on mute because it's interference?
I'm sorry.
Okay. You said that you guys had plans on even getting married. You guys were gonna get married, and you wanted to meet the family first.
Yeah, and we were planning on just getting some country property out there in Mexico, and having a ranch and just making a family out there.
Oh, okay. So why were you guys looking at apartments if you were?
Well, we're
get a
gonna go to the apartment first, and then in the meanwhile find a piece of property to buy and shit. We're out there. That was like the plan.
Okay. How long were you guys together for?
Since November, not too long, but it was just uncanny. Just the stuff that we had so much in common, and so much like our values and everything were just all enmeshed with each other. I've
Oh,
never met
okay.
anybody. I never ever met anyone ever that's brought me peace like she has, and was able to just like if I'm over here like snapping at traffic, she'd be able to just bust out a Bible verse and really bring me back to reality.
Oh, okay, okay. I see, I see. So you guys really bonded like really quickly, and things. How did you guys meet?
We met one morning when I was on my way to the beach, and I was just riding my bike and
Which
stopped at
beach?
it. I was gonna head over to Venice Beach, but
Oh, okay, okay. Mm-hmm.
so I was at the train station in downtown LA, just drawing some stuff. I brought my notebook with me so I could draw, and that's when she walked up to the station and noticed that what I was drawing and asked to see if she could take a look at my artwork and admired it. And I was like, "Oh, you're into artwork too?" She showed me some of the stuff that she had done, and she's a pretty good artist. She
Mm-hmm.
does a lot of portraits and stuff, and I do graffiti style artwork. So it
Okay,
was
so
just
you guys
some
kind of
more.
like bonded over artwork. So she meets you at downtown LA station. You were about to go to Venice Beach. Did you guys go together there, or how
No,
did
we ended
this
up just coming back to my place and hanging out here, and I made breakfast, and it was just
Oh, so
very.
the first day that you
The
met
first day it
her?
was like we were like friends, like platonically, like for like the first few weeks that we were hanging out.
Uh-huh.
And then she ended up going to the hospital, a
All right,
psychiatric
wait,
hospital,
pause,
because she's
pause, pause, pause,
yeah.
pause. I want to slow you down a little bit because my audience, I have like a older crowd sometimes. So we kind of gotta, we gotta go walk through it a
No
little bit
worries.
slower. Yeah, we gotta
I'm
walk through
just
it a
I'm
little bit
just I'm
slower.
just kind of like
Anxious, I know.
well, I have so much going on right now trying to find her and stuff, and it's like I've been trying to divert my time between trolls and whatnot, and just trying to get this all get her home.
Right, right. Okay, but I just want to back you up a little bit so we can understand the dynamic, and then I'll go back there. So you meet her at this station, and then
Hmm.
from there you no longer go to Venice Beach. She goes to your place and you guys hit it off as friends.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you guys are kicking it for like 2 weeks, and then you said you end up at the hospital, or was
No,
there
she
something
she
else?
she ended up going to the hospital because I guess she stopped taking her meds at the time as well, and
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 this
I
was
just
in
noticed
November?
the late November, early December. It's like after Thanksgiving, and
Okay.
I think it was
All right.
December 6th that she ended up going to the hospital because she ended up getting like nonverbal, where she wasn't able to talk and just like walking in
Did she
circles.
move in with you at this point? You guys were living
Yeah,
together?
she had nowhere to stay, and I was like she told me her story about how she was staying with her mom in Vegas, and before that, she had her own place and stuff. But one of her roommates had brought a gun to their apartment, and it was discharged in the apartment, and they ended up getting evicted for that incident. And she moved to Detroit or something with some dude that was trying to be her boyfriend or whatever. But they spent the night together over there, and then the next day, like he told her, well, what are you gonna do now? Where are you gonna go? So she ended up staying like at a shelter out there for a little bit, and made her way down to LA, or back to her mom's or something. And they had like a falling out in September.
Mm-hmm.
And so she ended up coming back to LA again and was in the streets ever since. And I just kind of felt for her, like, damn, that's fucked up. And I mean, she seemed like such a nice person and respectful and everything. So I offered her a place to stay here with me, and everything was fine until she stopped taking her meds. She got really like, critical, like where she was not able to talk or anything, and she had to be taken to the Martin Luther King Hospital here in Compton,
Mm-hmm.
and she was there for a couple of weeks until they got her back on her meds and back to where she was stabilized. And then she came back home and actually shared with me some of the stuff that she had written and some feelings that she had for me, that she had, I guess, developed for me, and the feelings were pretty mutual. So. We just made it official. I guess we were boyfriend and girlfriend at that point. And after New Year's is when I was like, damn, I really am in love with you. And she was like, in love with me as well. And when I was reading through her journals, I mean, it seems like it was a lot deeper than what I imagined her being in love with me. Um, this is after all this. I started reading her journals, but
Okay,
Yeah,
so after New Year's, you said she told you that she loved you and she wrote it in a journal?
she had been writing in journals. I didn't learn this until after she had disappeared. I saw the journals,
Oh,
and
okay.
she had been writing a lot, like to God, just thanking him for allowing us to meet and stuff, and how she felt about us, and the plans that we had, and she was just like praying for the Holy Spirit to have their will, be upon us.
Okay, and this was after New Year's.
Yeah.
So what did she say to you verbally about her love for you and things like that?
Well, she said she loved me, and she wanted us to have a family.
Okay. Okay, and so then you guys decide after that, then what?
We started making plans, and we were trying to reach out to her mom because I wasn't sure if we were going to go up north first or head down south. I was just torn between either one. I was like, I think it'd be best if we were closer to her family,
Why couldn't you stay in LA?
in LA, because I thought it was like one of the worst places to be because of all the gangs and stuff. I got shot in the head here 2 years ago. I was robbed after work in Hollywood,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been shot twice. I've been stabbed a few times, and I grew up here in Compton, so I think it's a miracle I'm alive still to this day.
Okay.
It's just a lot of it's been it's Compton. I don't know if you're familiar with the
Yeah,
reputation it has, but
I'm familiar, but I mean, it's also based on, the crowd that you hang around,
yeah,
what
I grew
you
up around gangs and stuff. I have family members that are gang members, but when I got shot in the head, I was shot. I was working at a studio in Hollywood I'm a recording engineer.
Mhm.
So I was at the studio right there on Hollywood and Highland and Selma by Hollywood and Highland.
Do you have like people after you or something? Like
No, I was
why
just
is all these people like doing all this?
when I was working there. It was the George Floyd riots were happening, and
Mhm.
unbeknownst to me, I was recording with this band called Formula 41. It's a punk band out of San Pedro. I was
Mhm.
recording with them all day, and then when we were done, I was going to take the train home. I was standing out there in the parking lot smoking a blunt, and somebody just came up from around the corner and said, "Hey!" And when I looked over, I got shot in the head. Like he shot my ear off, pretty
And you
much.
didn't have no enemies or nothing? They just shot your
No,
ear?
it was just I guess somebody in part of the crowd in the during the riots, caught in a moment, maybe.
Oh wow, you got to stay out of crowds, Ricardo. Like it's bad stuff happening in crowds.
Yeah,
Um
so
okay, so it was a bad environment you had got shot at, so you wanted to leave. Did you have your own place or you were living with people or like your lease
right
was
now,
up?
no, I
Like
have
why
my
were
own
you gonna
place.
Yeah, so you were gonna just leave your place and move to Mexico?
Well, my lease is going to be up in March, so I figured, give us some time to start looking for a place now.
Oh, okay. And
So by the time, yeah,
when she didn't have her meds, you guys still got along good? Like you guys didn't have like arguments or anything?
no, we didn't have. That's another thing. We never had any arguments at all. It was just we always had like a mutual understanding that I didn't even know she didn't take her meds. She was acting a little different, but
Mhm.
I was thinking it was just because of the environment because she had never been to Mexico.
And you guys got along good. You never got like into it at all.
No, not at all.
Okay. So you go to Mexico because you figure, it's not a good environment in LA.
Yeah, and then I
And
saw the prices out there. I mean, it was just dirt cheap for luxury apartments.
oh, okay. So you were gonna pay your rent until March and also pay for rent in Tijuana too?
I was looking to find a place, yeah, and put down the money for it. Yeah,
Oh, okay. Do you work?
I'm on disability, and I do work on the side.
Oh, okay, okay. So you got some money coming in. Okay. So you were gonna pay off your apartment in LA until March, go to Tijuana, pay for apartment in Tijuana, and start this new life with Zailey. And things went bad. Hearing about the connection that you guys had, it seemed like you cared for her. So, that's the reason why I'm kind of confused at the cab part. Now I'm gonna go back to the cab part.
Right.
So you're walking, and this is somebody who you guys got along. You didn't have any issues. She was acting a little weird, but she wasn't you know, you guys weren't arguing or fighting or anything.
No.
So you're walking to the cab. Why would you get in the cab and not wait for her?
Well, I was looking around to see if I saw her, and I didn't see her, and that's what worried me. And I called her name out, and no response. So I got in the cab and had him drive around, and so we could find her. You know, I figured maybe she backtracked or something. I didn't know what to think at that point because I didn't see her anywhere. And I had to
Okay.
drive around a few times, and I couldn't see her. So that's when I was like, let me just get my car and just look for her on my own. You know, I
Okay.
just
So
figured it
and all right.
was going to
So
be pricier to look with the cab.
all right. So pause. All right. So you're walking, you get separated, you get in the cab, and then you have the cab to drive you around. You didn't it wouldn't have been better to like walk around first to look for her, to reconnect with her, then get in a cab?
I didn't know how far along was she where I last saw her. It had been like at least a block and a half since I looked back, and she was right behind me at one point.
Okay, because I thought you guys were walking. Okay, so I'm just trying to just be clear of the situation. So you're I thought she was walking beside you, right? Or no?
She was walking. Well, we were walking together. We had got some tacos and stuff, and we had some tacos in our hands, and pushing through the crowd just trying to get to a cab. But she was like right behind me.
Okay, so she was behind you. And so
Yeah,
you
we weren't. Yeah, we
so
weren't
she
side by
wasn't
side.
oh, she wasn't on the side of you, she was behind. Okay. So as you're walking through the crowd, you get separated, and because I'm just like that, I don't want to, like, you know, badger you or anything like that. That's just the part that is just like kind of not connecting, because it's like, if this is somebody that you're about to marry, you know, you guys got along, you know, like if you get separated, my instinct,
Had I went back walking, then
yeah.
probably somebody's gonna say, "Why didn't you get in the cab and look for her?" I don't know. I don't know what the right thing to do. I never had that ever happen to me ever. It's just the first instinct I had was like drive around and look for her, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because it was seemed faster to drive through the street than to walk through the crowd.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that makes
Okay.
sense or not, but in my head it made sense at the time.
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, we do all think differently. So that's just the part that I was kind of so you get home, so you get in your car, you drive, and you look for her, you get jammed up by the police. And then you came back, you said the next day,
Yeah, the next afternoon.
and then you went back to the same shopping area.
No, I mean I was in the same shopping area the whole time that night, and the next morning I was just like driving around those streets and crossing through Revolution, you know, and all the side streets.
Oh, you stayed in Tijuana. I thought you left and came.
I went to the United States to get my car, which is like just right over the border. It's like
Oh, yeah,
walking
yeah, yeah. No, no,
distance.
no.
Yeah.
I thought from the first time I thought you had left. I mean, you looked for her and then you left back and then you came back. So my bad. That was my misunderstanding.
Yeah, I went
So
right over the border just to get my car because it was just parked at the San Isidro parking lot.
okay, okay, okay. All right. So you stayed in TJ all night.
Yeah, all night and the following day as well. And then I was at the border still in San Isidro that same night until the next, pretty much almost the next day.
Oh, okay, okay. And then you came back to
LA.
LA. No, no, no. You went to the border all that night and then you went back to look for her, you said? In
No,
the
I was at
afternoon?
the. I went to look for her the same night, the same afternoon that she went missing. I went to the U.S. to get my car and came back to Tijuana that same night. Like it
I
just,
know.
I don't know. It took me about half an hour or so to go get my car
Uh-huh.
and returned. So it wasn't that long. I was gone from Tijuana.
No, no, no. I'm saying the next day. So you look for her that evening and that night, and then what do you do the next
And then
day?
the following morning, I was still looking for her
Okay.
up until like around 12 o'clock in the afternoon or 1 o'clock maybe. That's when I finally left Tijuana and decided to wait for her at the border. Perhaps I was thinking maybe she'll cross the border or she already crossed the border.
What time was it that you guys? What time did you say it was that you guys were walking to the cab about to leave the first time?
Probably like around 6:30 in the afternoon.
Okay, okay. So that
That's
next day.
on the 11th.
Okay, so on the 12th is when you left and went to who's the 19-year-old? Because there was something about her mom had spoke to a 19-year-old.
I don't know about that.
Her mom said on January the 12th that her daughter called her from a Mexican telephone number and that she heard someone speaking Mexican in the background. And her daughter put him on the phone. He said he was a 19-year-old who was trying to help her daughter, but he didn't have much money.
Okay, I see. I didn't know. I don't know anything about the communication between her mom and her on the next day. She never took, let me know anything about what they discussed. I just found this out like last week or a few days ago, pretty much.
Oh, okay.
That she had communicated with her. I mean, I wish I would have known she had communicated the following day. I would have been able to probably even, coordinate with her.
Okay, so all right, so let's move along because there was some other stuff that ended up happening. So you went back to LA and then you were in LA and then you came back. So I guess we can pick up back right there.
Yeah, in LA, I tried to get a police report filed, and then they wouldn't take the police report here in LA, as they said I had to go do that in Mexico. And I ended up hustling up another phone so I can go back out there and some more gas money, and went back out to Tijuana. Made it out there. I think it was the 17th. I think I was out there. And
okay, so you had waited like a week to go back. Is that what
it was almost a week before I was able to get back there. Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And I was looking for her again, and the first thing I did was actually touch with the Mexican investigators for the state of Baja California. It's not the municipal police that robbed me, but it's like, I guess they're higher up or whatever, kind of like the FBI over there.
Mm-hmm.
And notified them, and I had already notified the consulate actually when I first got back to Los Angeles on the 12th, 13th, I believe. Is when I notified the U.S. consulate in Tijuana that she had been missing, and asking if they had seen her or heard about her crossing the border. I mean, I know they have records of all that, so they weren't able to tell me because I wasn't family or spouse.
But you kind of were, because you guys were gonna get married and stuff.
I know we were gonna get married, but we weren't officially married, so that's why they couldn't officially let me know anything.
Oh, even though you were her fiance?
Yeah, it's messed up. They only let immediate family members or the spouse know about a person's whereabouts.
Oh, okay.
So
have you guys still at this point, has anyone called the hospital to see if maybe she has like some type of psych hold somewhere?
I've called a few hospitals out there, and they were just really quick to tell me that she has not been in there, and I doubt they even checked their records or anything. So that's what I want to do this time around, is go actually. I'm going to have money. I'm going to be able to, cruise around the town by taxi, and I'm not going to drive out there anymore. I'm just going to take a cab for sure this time, and to avoid getting hemmed up by the cops again. Mm-hmm. And just, actually check in with each hospital and rehab facility, and I'm checking with all of them out there and see if she is there,
Yeah.
And also, I'm planning on going through, because the people that claim to have her, they hit me up after I posted on Facebook. It was a page for missing people in Tijuana that I posted on, and immediately after I posted that posting with her pictures, it was a page for missing people in Tijuana Mexico that I posted on, and immediately. But they never have to this day given me any kind of a contact with her, or so it's probably just a fraud,
Okay, so you posted that she was missing in a group. Okay, and then somebody from that group
somebody from Mexico, they reached out to me and said that they had her, and they demanded $500 to give her to me. But they wanted me to wire the money, and they kept on telling me that they were going to have me speak with her, but to this day, they haven't had any communication with her. And what I'm really curious as to know is what number did she call from, so I can, or somebody could try to reach out and call that person back,
Right.
I think that would be
her mom didn't give you the number?
No, she never even told me what was it. This is the first time I knew that she had passed the phone over to some 19-year-old that was trying to help her. I mean, This is news to me right now.
Oh, okay. You didn't know that part. So
No,
the 19-year-old didn't try to call you?
no, they wouldn't be able to call me because I didn't have my phone. It got stolen by the police. Remember?
Oh, okay. Is
I
there a
got a whole new
way?
phone number.
Is there a way for you to call your service provider and see if there was any calls that came in from a Mexican number during that time?
You know what? That's a good question. I need to find out what my number was. But yeah, I'm gonna actually try to do that
Oh, you
and
don't
see if they
remember
can.
what your phone number was?
No, my phone number was it was a pretty new number that I had just gotten.
Oh, you changed numbers a lot?
No, I've had the same phone number for a while, but that number I had just gotten because of my phone taking a crap on me. I have a Verizon wireless account,
Uh-huh.
but that phone it shattered on me and it wasn't working, so I ended up getting another one with T-Mobile
Oh, okay.
just to replace it for the meanwhile. But my I've been checking my voicemails and I had got no voicemails from anybody, not from Mexico or from her on my Verizon account.
Hey,
And
Nick, can you check that number and ask him about that number I just sent you?
Hold on one second. Let me look and see what you just sent. Okay, it is what I think this is something he posted. Is this the number, the 835-107-1888? Is that the number that you said called you and said that they had her?
right, there's a starts with a 52 prefix.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Mexican people that were calling me.
Oh,
Yeah, my
okay.
number was 562-561-0926 with Verizon, and the other number I really don't remember, the one from T-Mobile, but I don't think she had that number either. And if she had it, I don't. I mean, I don't know if she had it. I mean, she must have had it. We never called each other when I got that phone. You know, it was just I got the phone and I was just using it to like make outbound phone calls whenever I needed to make a phone call. But it was rare that I used it because we were always
Um,
together.
can I ask you that one question?
Yes.
These calls, there's a lot of missed calls.
Yeah. I
Is
stopped.
that them calling you or
Yeah, they
is
were
that
calling. They were calling me, and I had stopped taking their phone calls because they kept on just. It felt like they were BSing me on having her communicate with me because I was like, I need to talk to her, and then they would never connect me with her, you know.
got it? Thank you. Okay.
And they were
Sorry.
just demanding money, and me wire the money, and I was just not comfortable sending them any kind of money without first making contact with her, you know.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
No, you're welcome.
So, okay, so you started to get calls from this number, and that's when were you in Mexico at that time, or you were back in LA?
No, I was back in LA when I got back to LA, and I started thinking, well, maybe I should just like blast this on social media so I can maybe somebody knows where she's at, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that
So
was my plan. Because
sorry, sorry.
at this point, I still hadn't spoken with her. I didn't know what her mom's number was, or her name, or if she even cared, or her dad's name or number. I didn't have either because she was just speaking with him directly through her phone, you know.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna jump back because I think we kind of jumped ahead. So you said that you had went there. I don't know if we got through all of that part. You had went there on the 17th. So you were there on the 12th, and then you went back home, and then on the 17th you came back, and
Mm-hmm.
then you went to the police, the higher ups, and then did we pass that part? Like what happened after that?
Well, I just I filed a report with them. And it took me quite a while to get them to take the report. It was just like a long backlog of people that were reporting stuff there. But after I reported it, I went back out on the streets with this guy that I that was a neighbor of mine when I was growing up. He lives out there, and he took me around town and had me looking for help me look for her. I was basically just asking all the shopkeepers around there if they had seen her and calling out her name and stuff. And it felt like it was almost pointless. So I came back the next day and what the hell did I do after that? That's when I
Did they give you a missing persons report number? Like
yeah.
who did
Yeah, I have a missing persons report and they gave me a printout and everything. It was this lady named what was her name? This is signed off by Licenciado Mario Alberto Rodriguez Garcia, which is the agent of the Public Minister Orientation, I guess it's called. And these are the name of the office is called the Fiscalía General del Estado de Baja California, which is the general investigators for the state of Baja California. And the name of the officer that took the report was the let me see here.
Do you have a copy of this online?
I don't know if I have it online, but I just didn't want to post too much of this online in case they did have her, like those cartel people that claim to have her. I didn't want to put this on blast that I was going to the authorities either. Somebody already did that anyways and spilled the beans, guys. I went to the FBI as well, and like I said, the U.S. consulate. I mean, I've tried to contact everybody I can to jump on this and help find her, you know. But yeah, this is taken, I guess, through Mario Alberto Rodriguez Garcia, which is the agent of public ministry.
Can you send a copy of that?
Sure.
Is that what the mom posted? Because I think the mom posted something.
It might be. It has the case number 0204-2023-02720.
Okay, I have to look back and see what the mom posted because she had posted something saying that you had filed a report.
Actually, this is actually dated on the 19th of January. See, at 14:28, which is like 2:28 p.m.
Oh, okay. So you stayed 2 days after the 17th?
Yeah, I was actually there. Yeah, a couple days.
Oh, okay. So you got there the 17th, and then a couple days later, you went and filed.
Well, I went on the 18th, and they had me come back on the 19th. Is what happened because there was like an overflow of people there.
What
so
happened
they made me
on the 17th? I could have sworn I heard the 17th.
Yeah, the 17th, I touched down there and I was going around looking for her and just on my own, you know. And on the 18th, I went to file the report, but there was so many people that they gave me an appointment for the 19th.
Oh, okay. Yeah, could you send a copy of that?
Sure.
Okay. And then so when did you get in contact with her mom?
Her mom, after I had posted when I came back from this trip the night when I left on the 19th, I guess it was okay. I could look it up on my phone listings, but it wasn't too long after I posted online that she was missing. On the on Instagram, actually, I started reaching out to everybody on her Instagram is what I did. See if anybody had heard from her. And somebody was like, "Have you contacted her mom?" And I was like, "No. If you can let her know that that she's missing and I'm looking for her." And they forwarded me her Instagram page, and that's when I contacted her and let her know that I was like, "Hey, Zailey is missing. Please contact me as soon as possible." And I gave her my phone number. That's when she reached out to me.
Okay. And you guys have been working together to get Zailey back?
Well, I was under the impression that we were going to be working together, but it seems like more I'm just getting slandered and slammed by her followers and herself as well. I don't understand why it's like no cooperation.
Oh, okay. So she's not working with you?
No, not at all. I kept on asking her, for details on the phone calls. I didn't even know she had been notified the day after. But she never told me that until after the fact that I saw it online. And I was trying to get details. I really want to know what phone number. I think that's one of the best things we can do is call back to the number she called from and find out who this person is and where he's at and what maybe Zailey's still there or not, you know?
Right. Yeah, that would be best to call them.
That makes the most sense to me. But to this point, to this day, I don't know if that's been done or not, and I have no way of calling that person because I don't have that number.
Did the mom? She didn't. Did you ever talk to her about that?
Yeah, she's mentioned that that Zailey had called her, and she didn't sound happy or safe. And I was like, okay, but what was discussed? And she didn't want to discuss it any further at that point.
Oh, she didn't tell you what Zailey told her or anything?
Nothing. Not. And I was like trying to get the phone number, but she never gave it to me either.
Does she have the number?
I hope she does. I mean, she should. I would still have it. I mean, I haven't. I've been keeping logs of everything that's happened since then with the new phone that I have.
Yeah, that's especially if she didn't sound well. That's definitely a number you would want to
Yeah,
keep.
and I want to know what she told Zailey and what was said and the number's a big one. I think is like that's like key in finding out where she's at because that's like the last point of contact with her.
Hey, Nick, it kind of indicates that per her conversation yesterday that she must have been having a mental break with since not having her medication. Because remember, the mother said that she told her that she was going to die to atone for her sins.
Did she talk like that when she was around you, Ricardo? Like saying
She
about like
wasn't
she
talking
was
about that, but when I was reading her journals, it does say stuff like that.
so she wasn't telling you like she was gonna die and she had sins and everything.
No, she was fearful of somebody like killing her, but I was like, nobody's gonna kill you, you know. I mean, you're in a good place right here, you know. And
Why did she think somebody was gonna kill her?
I think
Those
it's
are typical signs of schizophrenia.
I know. I wanna know if
that's what I'm
Ricardo
thinking that
knows.
that may have been, but and just in their journals, it kept them repeating that it was just like it would flip back and forth from her being in love with me and healing and stuff, and then it would just go back to having to pay for her sins and stuff like that.
So she would write these things. So did you guys go to church or anything or
We
no?
read the Bible regularly, and we were looking to go to church together. We just hadn't found a church yet. Um, but I never read through her journals until after she was missing. Like, and then that's what I started reading through there to see if there was any clues or anything. There was another friend that she has that I reached out to that she was in contact with regularly, and his name is Markel,
Mm-hmm.
and he just seemed very like he said something kind of cryptic like well, I have a buddy a friend or a brother or something that's in the FBI, he said, and that they had pinged her phone to California, and then when they found her, that he was going to have her just move in with him, and he already spoke to his wife about it. And I was like, what? It just sounded weird,
Is
and
it a possibility for her to be in California?
I that's I want to know if that's the case or not. The only way to find out is like a family member has to call customs or the border, the border and or the consulate because the consulate won't let me know. Well, they won't confirm or deny to me because I'm not family.
Because she could have left and went, right? Or you think she's in TJ still?
I mean, she may have gone right now. I mean, there's so many possibilities that could be eliminated just by confirming if she has or has not crossed the border,
Mm-hmm.
And the only way to find out if she has or she hasn't is by having her direct family actually call and find out because they won't let me know because I'm not legally married to her.
Okay. So she had a friend, Markel, and he said that did he speak to her?
He didn't say he spoke to her, but he says his allegedly one of his associates or something was with the FBI, and that they had pinged her phone to somewhere in California, and that's all he said. He just alluded to that and said that he's spoken to his wife already, and that she was on board with her moving in with them. I don't know the nature of the relationship or anything, but he just wouldn't. I just kind of said, you know what, I kind of got mad at him for not trying to assist or anything or give me any more information on that. So I blocked him from my phone.
Oh, he wouldn't tell you where it got pinged to in California and
Right,
that.
or who the agent was with the FBI, or if there's a case number or anything.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I can see how that can be frustrating. You're looking for her and he has info about her phone being in California and he won't tell you where.
Right, or how they found
Did
out
he
who the
insinuate that he thought that she was maybe with you in California?
No, I kind of maybe inferred from what the statement that he made that she might be with him.
Okay. So that you were thinking that he was hiding her,
Right, because they
possibly?
said he said, well, the phone was pinged to California, and then when we find her, I'm gonna have her just live with me and stuff, so she doesn't have to be in this lifestyle anymore. Like, what do you mean this lifestyle? Like, she's not on the streets or anything anymore. I mean, this just happened out of it was just a freak coincidence, or
So do you think he was lying to you about having an agent friend, because you have to get a court order in order to ping a
that.
phone?
See, and if he was lying, I don't know what kind of friend he is.
Because you have to get a court order for that, I believe. Like they have to
But, right.
allow you to ping a phone. From what I recall, I would have to do some more research, but I think that's the way it works. So do you think he
Yeah.
was lying to you, maybe to see if you knew
I'm not.
more?
I'm not sure. He had no. I was contacting him to let him know because I don't think he knew at the time that she was missing, and so I was reaching out to everybody that knew her and to see if possibly they had heard from her.
Okay. So where do you go from here with Zailey once she returns?
And once she returns, I mean, depending on what's happened out there, I mean, I don't know if she's gonna need therapy or if she's fine right now, and we're just gonna move forward and just make sure I'm gonna have to administer her medicine for her.
Uh-huh.
And make sure she's on her meds and stuff, and stay on top of that, and just never go back to Mexico ever again.
So you think that, well, yeah, she probably, no telling what's going on. She probably would. What is your gut telling you?
My gut is telling me to stay positive and stay prayed up, and God is big, and anything can be done through God, and He has the ability to perform miracles. I mean, I got shot in the head, and I have many friends that got killed over the years from getting shot, in less critical areas, and I managed to survive. I think that's a miracle in itself, you
Mm-hmm.
know. Um, my daughter is a miracle. My son has brain cancer right now, and I'm praying for his recovery as well. He has a megablastoma tumor. He's 7 years old. So, I mean, I'm working on a lot of faith right now. So I think God's just
Do
putting,
your kids live with you?
no, they don't. They live with their mothers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just found out I had a son actually a couple years. He's 7 years old now. I found out that he was my son when he was 5, and I got shot right after that. So I only got to see him in person twice. Like right now that he had cancer, I went to go see him, and I was asking his mom about alternative therapies, that if she had tried any of that instead of just going straight to the chemo, because I know about some different mushrooms and whatnot that have been proven to eat tumors up, and I'm aware of like the necrosis that can happen with the brain from exposure to radiation. So
Did you
uh,
did you do you do like the, what is it, Kundalini? Do you take mushrooms like you and Zailey?
I was talking about magic mushrooms. I was talking about there's some called turkey tail mushrooms. Is what they're called.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I just posted a link to that on my Instagram, or no, my Facebook. Is the police officer from San Francisco PD lieutenant that had twin daughters, and one of them was diagnosed with a brain tumor, and they were giving her radiation and chemo, and she was stage 4. She was going to die, but they ended up giving her some of those mushrooms,
Mm-hmm.
and she died eventually from necrosis of her brain from exposure to the chemotherapy, but she had no cancer in her body at all.
The
So
mushrooms cured her
yeah,
from
the mushrooms
cancer.
ate right,
Okay.
and
But no,
there's
I,
extensive.
I I understand that part. But I was thinking, while we were on the topic of mushrooms, pivoting a little bit. Do you believe in, like, I think it's called Kundalini or something like that?
Kundalini, those are like the chakras and stuff. That's the
Uh-huh. Do you
I
and
I believe that. Well, this
Zailey
is
ever do the mushrooms?
no. I do believe that mushrooms have positive, clinical benefit for like depression and stuff. From what I've read,
Mm-hmm.
in studies, but we weren't doing any of that. I smoke marijuana though.
Oh, okay. You smoke weed. What?
Yeah.
Because there was mention that Zailey had like 5 drugs in her system back in September. What would Zailey do?
I didn't know her back in September, but she wasn't doing any of that when any drugs when I met her. She wouldn't even smoke weed.
No alcohol either.
No, we weren't drinking. I don't drink. She doesn't drink.
Oh, okay. So you just smoked weed. She didn't do anything.
No.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's good that you guys had no drugs, because I was thinking maybe this is something to do with like you guys maybe smoked or kind of lost track of
No.
time, no, nothing like that.
No, nothing like that. I mean, it's just we
Like, or
were
maybe she
sober.
tripped out from. Do you just smoke only weed, or do you like
Yeah.
add a
No, just
little
weed.
something in there? No.
No. I smoke mainly for my arthritis and partially for my PTSD from getting shot. It kind of calms me down.
Oh,
But
okay.
I didn't even take any to Mexico because
You're
it's illegal out there.
you're 43, right? How old are you?
Yes, I'm
Oh,
43.
okay. Okay. Anna, is there any questions that you had that I may have missed?
No, only thing. So you haven't had any communication outside of that one phone call with her mom?
Right now, I haven't had any contact with her since the day that I last saw her on the 11th.
That's the last day you had contact with her mom,
No, with Zailey.
with Zailey. Oh,
Yeah,
when was the last time you spoke with her mom?
her mom. Let me see. Sunday.
Okay, and how did that conversation go?
Not too. I mean, she was pretty upset, understandably, but she's pretty much like shut down communication with me at that point.
So, in your gut, what do you think happened to her? I mean, where do you think she is?
I I really right now I'm lost to where she is. I really want to find out who she was with when she called her mom. That's the best lead we have.
Okay.
I mean
And like you said,
that's
her mom did say it was from a Mexican phone number,
right.
and that obviously she was off her meds because she was, speaking about death and, being killed for
Sins.
atoning for her sins. Yes. But then her mom said that there was a 19-year-old, someone speaking Spanish in the background. He came on the line and said he was trying to help her, and that he didn't have a lot of money, and that was on the 12th.
And what would happen after that? I mean, how did the phone call just terminate at that point, or did Sadie get back on, or
I don't know. That's all that she said.
did the guy have a name or anything?
No, I didn't. No, she didn't reveal any of that. The other thing, though, she said that that Zailey texted her from her own phone on
Really?
the 4th of January.
Yeah. Yeah, she had been trying to reach out to her mom before that, before we went out to Mexico, but her mom never responded to her.
Okay, so you're saying on the 4th, Zailey texted her mom, but her mom didn't text her back.
No, she didn't text her back, and she was calling her mom, and her mom wouldn't answer or call her back.
Okay. No, only other thing probably, Nick, would just be to see that, see a copy of the police report from Sir Baja.
Yeah, I'll send that. I'll send that up to you guys. I'll forward it to right here to Messenger.
Okay. And the last so you're going back to Tijuana?
Yeah, planning on going tomorrow as soon as I get paid.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna go tomorrow. Did Haley? I mean, did Zailey have and I think I don't know. Oh, that's you, Ricardo. The background noise. I don't know what you're doing.
Oh, sorry. It's just yeah, the paperwork I had in my hands.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't know what that is. There was questions about whether or not Zailey had a passport. Did she have a passport?
She had no passport. Neither do I. I mean, you can go to Tijuana and come back with just an ID.
She had an ID though.
She had a copy of her ID.
She didn't have a physical ID. She just had a copy of it.
Yeah.
What happened to
I
her
actually
ID?
have. I'm sorry.
What,
Go ahead.
what happened to her ID?
I don't know. She had lost it at some point before I met her, but I printed out a copy of her ID for her, and she was carrying that around. She had an appointment for DMV here in California. She had an Arizona ID.
How did you print out her ID?
She had a copy of it on her Snapchat.
Uh-huh. Oh, and then you
So
just printed it out?
yeah, she downloaded it off her Snapchat, and we printed it out on my printer.
Y'all wasn't scared to get jammed up by a paper ID?
No, I mean it was just something where I figured if anything they'll probably grill us, like ask her for a social, where she was born and all that. But once I've been through the border before without an ID when I was younger, and that's all they did was just question us a little deeper just to find out who I really was.
While she was with you, was she doing any type of work? Like, because it looked like did she have an OnlyFans?
Not that I know of.
Somebody
She
said
was
something about her having a OnlyFans. Was she working like on her OnlyFans while she was with you, or
No, she was mainly just doing art,
art?
painting a lot and writing poetry and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And she sold jewelry at the over here at the Venice Beach, like
Oh, okay. She made jewelry
crystals
and
and
she
stuff.
sold.
Yeah,
Yeah, her mom does that too.
Oh, okay. So she was selling jewelry, making jewelry and stuff like that.
right.
She didn't did she know anybody in TJ? Like did she have any
No, she didn't know
friends that
anybody
she may know out there?
that I
You
know of. No,
but you had a friend out there, you said?
I had it's an old neighbor of mine that's living out there.
Okay. And so your neighbor, you guys connected with your neighbor before she went missing?
Yeah, I had made contact with him before we went over to Mexico, and we were supposed to meet up with him, but we never got to meet with him that day.
You met up with him after that?
The following week, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Because that's who you linked up with after. Okay. So there was nobody that she might have been able to like, you know, hey, I remember the neighbor he told me about, link back up with the neighbor. Is there any way maybe she could have contacted your neighbor?
Not that I know of. No, um, he would have told me if she did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've known these people since I was 8 years old, so it's been a while.
Oh, okay. Anna, you said you had something else you wanted to ask?
Yeah, just one last question.
Mhm.
There have been some. Her mom was saying something about that there might have been some people like that may have. I don't know if that's someone who is pretending to be you, or if it is you that have been in contact with other ladies or young girls or something. Do you know anything about that?
No, it might be an imposter profile or something, but not that I know of. No,
Okay, so you haven't talked to any other girls um, outside
no,
of people that have contacted you.
no,
Again,
not at all.
okay.
If there is a profile like that, it should be reported. Somebody impersonating me. But I'll list the profiles I do have. I have myself, and then I have one under the name Ricky de la Buena, and then Nartus. This is my graffiti name.
Mm, okay.
Did
All
did
right.
Zailey speak any Spanish?
She spoke very little Spanish.
Do you speak Spanish?
I do fluently, yes.
All right, I'm gonna pause it right there. I just looked it up because Jackie says that they're very strict on the border. And I looked up if you can cross the Tijuana border with an ID. So I'm going to show that part with you guys, and then we are going to listen to some more. Okay, so right here is a Google search, and let's see if we could zoom in. Okay. So right here it says, when you enter the border crossing, the travelers must carry their passport for Tijuana or a valid picture ID with them, even if they are traveling by car. To re-enter United States, U.S. citizens must have a good, unexpired passport or enhanced driver's license. So let me see if you can have a picture, because that sounds like you have to have a real ID. Can you cross? With a picture ID. Oh wait, a picture of your ID. Of ID card. It says a valid green card is required for all immigrants when entering the United States by land. Citizen under 16 must present an original or certified copy of their birth certificate. However, a passport is always the best option when traveling in and out of the United States. Ensure your port for Tijuana is valid for at least 1 month beyond your departure date and has a blank page for any stamps. So let me see if you can have a picture. It says, let me go back to see if you can have a picture. Can I cross the border with a paper ID? Okay, it says, if entering Mexico by land, U.S. citizens must present a passport book or passport card and an entry permit called the former something. Let me see. Okay, so it says you have to have valid identification. I don't think that a paper is what they would consider valid, but let's keep playing.
Yeah, I've known these people since I was 8 years old, so it's been a while.
Oh, okay. Anna, you said you had something else you wanted to ask?
Yeah, just one last question. There have been some. Her mom was saying something about that there might have been some people like that may have. I don't know if that's someone who is pretending to be you, or if it is you that had been in contact with other ladies or young girls or something. Do you know anything about that?
No, it might be an imposter profile or something, but not that I know of. No.
Okay, so you haven't talked to any other girls
No,
outside of people that have contacted you.
no,
Again.
no, not at all.
Okay.
If there is a profile like that, should be reported. Somebody impersonating me. But I'll list the profiles I do have. I have myself, and then I have one under the name Ricky de la Buena, and then Nartus. This is my graffiti name.
Mm, okay.
Did
All
did
right.
Zailey speak any Spanish?
She spoke very little Spanish.
Do you speak Spanish?
I do fluently, yes.
Oh, okay, because somebody was saying something. They talked to you and it was in Spanish. I thought you only spoke Spanish at one point.
No.
Um. Oh, okay. So, is there anything that, like, if Zaylee's listening, you may want to tell her, or anything, any message that you want to send?
If Zailey's listening, just please reach out and get a hold of me, please, or contact the U.S. consulate over there in Tijuana, because they'll contact me if you do contact them and let them know that you're trying to get a hold of me, because they're looking for you, or even the it's called the Fiscalia in Tijuana. But I really miss you, Zailey, and I love you with all my heart, and whatever's going on out there, don't worry about it. We're gonna work through this. And I also have a message like for her mom. If anybody can give me the phone number that she called from, so I can reach out to the person that she called with, and find out what happened from that point, or maybe she's still hanging out with that person. I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
And we can figure out what happened from that point. And I think that's the best point to start from to look for her. Is the last known point of contact, I believe.
Yeah, you should be able to online there's a way to get addresses and stuff from phone numbers. So, I
That
mean,
too,
you
but
definitely should pull up and see, what's going on.
maybe you guys can get me that number from her mom because I don't think her mom's trying to talk to me, and I understand completely. I mean, her, if it was my kid in that situation, I would also be, pretty distraught. But
Yeah, I
right
would
now,
be too. I'm gonna be honest, from a mom's point of view, I would be very angry that a man that, like he's saying he loved my daughter, but just she's walking behind you, you get separated, you don't, make sure she stays. So I understand the mom would be kind of angry.
no, totally. But I think it would be very crucial if I get that phone number from where she called, so I can, I speak Spanish, so I can communicate with the person that she was with, and maybe find out where she went or where she's at.
Mhm.
And I'll forward you guys the police report as well right now when we get off the phone.
Okay, thank you. And one last question, this is the last thing. There was videos that you guys were taking. Were you guys taking videos when you were in a TJ? Because there was something about her friends said that you guys had been posting videos. Did you document going to TJ? Is there videos of that?
She probably was documenting it. I wasn't. I was driving, so I really didn't document anything. I was just kind of like, just she was the one that mostly took pictures of us and stuff. So I kind of just let her handle all that.
Do you have any videos that she took of you guys
I
maybe in
it was it
TJ?
it'd be all in her phone.
There wasn't anything that maybe she like, sent you like, oh look, we're look cute right here, blah blah, and sent anything to you?
No, she wasn't able to send me anything because our phones weren't working in Tijuana.
Oh, okay, okay. So
Yeah,
while you guys were in San Diego, did she take videos of you guys?
she was taking pictures and videos, but and she never sent it to me at that time.
Did she post them anywhere?
That I know of. I'm not sure if she did or she didn't. I haven't seen any on her Instagram, but
Uh-huh.
she had just added me on her Instagram actually as a follower, or requested me to follow me the day before we went out there. We never really went on social media before that. It was
Right.
just like it was just me and her just doing our thing, and just we never we were inseparable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this must be very hard for you, being that, you guys were about to get married and now it's like all this stuff is crashing down.
Yeah, I mean it's heart wrenching to say the least.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't want to hold you up any longer. Um, yeah, you made a statement to Zailey. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I'm not thinking of at the moment, but hopefully she has a safe return. Hopefully
And
you guys are able to get in contact with the 19-year-old because you don't know anybody that's 19, right? That she
no,
could have been with.
no, I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I really would like to know if, the number and or the name of the person, or at least the number, so we can try to make contact. And figure out where she's at or where she went.
Because thinking about it, Nick, that's the last person on record, at least so far, that saw her.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's like the most logical place to start looking for her. It would be there.
Yeah, and you're saying like you don't even know this 19-year-old, you don't know anything about him, you wasn't around him.
No, I don't know anybody out there like that. It's just the guy I know is in his 50s.
Oh, okay. So he wouldn't be younger.
No,
Um so what one thing too, uh what was it, Anna? Something about they talked to the mom said she talked to Ricardo, but she knew it wasn't his voice. What happened with that? What was that about?
Mm,
Who
I
said?
don't recall. I don't recall that.
Oh, I thought somebody said something like they knew it wasn't him or something. I don't know. I thought you said something
Um,
like that.
yeah, no, I didn't. Mm-mm. I don't
Oh,
recall
okay.
that.
Oh, okay,
There's
okay.
people out there saying that I killed her. There's people saying that I return her. I don't know who these people are or where they're getting their information from, but I last saw her on the 11th. She called her mom on the 12th. So, I mean, I don't see how I would have done that. I mean, logically speaking, but
Yeah, so you
and
didn't you didn't hurt her in any type of way.
no, not at all.
You didn't kill her and then cover up with this story about separating.
No,
You
no,
guys actually did go
and
to
she
Tijuana,
we went to Tijuana and she did actually call her mom. It sounds like on the 12th, and
and you weren't with her when she called her mom,
no, I didn't have a phone or anything,
and
and
you go ahead.
yeah, no, I mean, I'd have been. They can verify with the customs and check their cameras and stuff. I crossed the border and I was asking them, up and down if had they seen her and stuff. I even had to go to the secondary inspection when I came back because I went to the wrong lane. I was just in such a panic and a rush and stuff, like trying to figure out where she was at. That I went to the Sentry lane, which I guess you have to be certified for.
Mm-hmm.
And so they ended up doing like an extensive search of my vehicle and everything, and see if I had any kind of contraband or whatnot. But
So her mom should be able to verify, I mean, because I'm sure the mom is suspicious of your story. So
yeah,
she
no,
should
and
be
she
able
was
to she should be
she
able to cross verify. I'm sure that it's heavily cameras up of
no,
in that
there is,
area.
and
So they
and then
should be able
they
to verify that when you said you crossed and when you came back and when you went through Century line, they should be able to see all of those times to
definitely, and if she
verify.
contacts the U.S. consulate in Tijuana, they'll be able to verify and check that for her and actually let her know where I went to because I gave her mom the pictures to my vehicle and license plate number and everything as well as my ID and everything. So all that's documented when you go through the border.
Right. And so do you have the exact time like when you guys walked through Tijuana, when you guys walked across? What time was that?
I don't have that handy on me, but I could find out through my receipt from Guitar Center because I remember buying the banjo right before we went over there. So it was in the afternoon, probably around 2 o'clock maybe or 1 o'clock. I'm not too sure.
Okay. So and then what you said you were on what street when you walked through? Because I just want to help her mom cross verify.
Okay, we crossed at the San Isidro border crossing, the
Uh-huh.
pedestrian crossing, and we caught a cab right at the right when you cross over. There's like a little cab station right there with the convenience store. And from there, we took the cab into downtown, which is like a quarter mile away, probably, into Revolution Avenue.
And then so you went you went to Revolution Avenue. So
We
where
got dropped. We got dropped off on Revolution, like on the north end of the street. There's like a big arch monument there,
uh-huh.
and we walked southbound from there, heading into that little downtown district, and started shopping right there. Actually, right away, we bought a ring at the first shop that we saw. Bought her like a little tiger's eye ring and a poncho. And then we went and got some ice cream over at 42 Flavors of Ice Cream, which is next to the Pangea Cafe.
Mm-hmm.
And then we used the Wi-Fi at the Carl's Jr. there on Revolution. And then from there, we went over and got some tacos, like about a block or two south of that. And we started making our way back towards the north, towards the U.S. side, to find a cab from that point.
And then that's when you guys got separated.
Yeah, and I know there's a lot of cameras in that area, so there has to be video of where she went or whatnot.
Okay, we skipped a whole part in that. The apartments that you guys went to go look for.
Yeah,
What
we never ended up seeing the apartments at all.
Oh, I thought you guys went to look at the apartments in the area was
We
shady, no?
we went to go see the apartments, and we couldn't get a hold of my friend because the phones weren't working, and we started looking on Facebook Marketplace for an apartment, but then it started getting kind of late, and just from the looks of everything, I said, you know what, let's just go home.
Okay, so what apartments were you guys looking at?
We never looked at any.
What apartments were you going to look at? That's what I mean.
We were gonna see some by the beach. There was some. I forgot the name of it. I can get you the. I still have the communications with the apartments. The
Yeah,
apartment landlords.
can you send that also? Because I just want to help her mom be pointed in all the directions where, because Haley could have, I mean, Zailey, I keep saying Haley. Her name is Zailey, my bad. Zailey could have maybe went back to the area that you guys looked at these apartments, maybe.
Yeah, we never made it to those apartments, so
Oh, you just drove
no,
by them?
no. We just we were going to the downtown district, and because the phones weren't working, we were stuck. We were like using the phone at the Carl's Jr. on Revolution because of
You
the Wi-Fi
never,
that they
I
had.
could have sworn you said you looked at the, I'm sorry. You you
No,
you guys never look. I
no,
thought you said you
we
guys
just ended up
looked at the.
shopping, and we were trying to get a hold of my friend, and we never were able to get a hold of him. And then we looked up some apartments on Facebook Marketplace, and we arranged to go look at them, but we never actually went to go see them at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because she ended up getting like separated from me,
I
and
don't
that's
know why
where.
I'm remembering something different. I have to listen back again.
No, I'll show you the. I'll send you the screenshots also of the communications with the people from the apartments, and I even sent them a message saying I can't find my girlfriend and stuff, and it was
Yes,
just
yes. Can you send me all of that stuff? Because
yeah,
we have to
definitely.
be a unit to try to get all of the stuff together so that her mom knows exactly which direction to go.
Definitely,
Um,
and if you guys can maybe do me a favor and reach out to her and just get that phone number for me, please, so I can try to make contact with that person that she was with,
yes,
and figure out what happened from there. You know, where she went, or she's still with that person, or what. You know.
yes. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to contact her mom and get down to the bottom of where what the number is if she has it. I'm gonna ask her mom those questions as well because we gotta get Zailey back. We gotta get to the apartment or not the apartment. I'm sorry. We have to get to because
I mean, it'd be great if we could find out
because
and actually find out where she's at before tomorrow. So when I go tomorrow, I can actually go and just go get her. You know.
right because yeah, I wonder if the apartment's seen her because you said you asked the apartments if they seen her.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm thinking
I
that the
wonder
person
if
that
she
she
went
called
to the
from.
apartments.
I'm wondering if she's still with that person that she called from.
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
So
that would make the most sense, or that if that person knows exactly where she went. Like, I'm thinking that they would know. You know,
yeah, yeah, that's definitely the
that's like
major
the
piece.
most solid lead right there. I mean, it's the last
Yeah,
point of contact was the person that she was with.
right. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely a point of contact that definitely needs to be explored. So yeah, I wonder, I'll if I get a chance to talk to the mom, which hopefully I do, I will definitely get the number if I can.
Please, yeah, and I would really appreciate that, so I can reach out and hopefully get a major piece of the puzzle solved right there,
Yes,
and get this
absolutely.
all closed out already. You know,
Right. Because the longer she's there, who knows what she's going through,
exactly, and
especially without her medication.
without her medication, without knowing anybody. I mean, without having any money or anything.
Right. Yeah.
I said,
Okay.
yeah, I said send her money on her Cash App, and I noticed that her Cash App card is right here in her backpack.
Wow. So she can't even get money. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I'll send you that information and the screenshots as well from the apartment communications that I have for that
Yes,
day.
please. Yes. I need to see if maybe her mom or yeah, go back down to the apartments again, see if they seen her. See if
Ricardo, can you
Yes, ma'am.
check to see if she used the Cash App? I know she doesn't have the card, but you know how like sometimes you can use your Cash App if you set it up on the phone.
I don't have a Cash App her account information though to get into
Oh,
her account.
okay, got it. Okay.
I have her card, the physical card though. It's here in the backpack with her medication and everything.
Oh, okay. Are you able to check like transaction history like if you put the card number in online? Or no, you probably have to have sign into her account too.
Yeah,
Never
you would
mind.
have to sign into, yeah, and the money left my account, but it could be still pending on her end.
Oh, okay. How much did you send her?
I just sent a daughter with a message, so I could send her a message like, "Hey, where you at?" You know, and I really didn't have any much money that time. I just got jacked by the police. But
Oh, okay. And you sent what day was this that you sent the dollar?
I'm not sure. Let me see.
Make sure you guys are liking this video. Make sure you guys are sharing the video. We got more to come. I'm gonna do a separate
You know, if
video
you'd like,
later.
I'll pull up all that information and I'll take the screenshots and I'll send them to you. Of
Okay,
everything from the 10th all the way to the time when I sent her that money. And
yeah, okay, because I'm gonna put together the screenshots that you talk about, on the screen when I air this on my YouTube channel.
Cool. And then I'll also send you screenshots of the postings that I put on before I was contacted by those people that claim to have her.
Okay, yeah, please send me all of that.
Just to give a better picture of what all happened and transpired,
Right, because people are visual, so they like to, see, they like to see it as they go. So yeah, thank you, Ricardo. I'm sure that this would help the mom. Hopefully that you guys can coordinate together. And
definitely, I just want to let her mom know that. I mean, I do apologize sincerely for any all of this. I mean, it's just I'm really sorry about all this, and it was not intentional. I never meant to harm her daughter ever, and I would never harm her.
Pause. We're gonna bring that part back again. We're gonna slide it back just a little bit. Thank you, Ricardo. I'm sure that this would help the mom. Hopefully that you guys can coordinate together. And
Definitely, I just want to let her mom know that. I mean, I do apologize sincerely for any all of this. I mean, it's just I'm really sorry about all this, and it was not intentional. I never meant to harm her daughter ever, and I would never harm her.
All right, I'm gonna bring it back, and then we're gonna continue listening together. The screenshots that you talk about, on the screen when I air this on my YouTube channel.
Cool. And then I'll also send you screenshots of the postings that I put on before I was contacted by those people that claim to have her.
Okay, yeah, please send me all of that.
Just to give a better picture of what all happened and transpired.
Right, because people are visual, so they like to, see, they like to see it as they go. So yeah, thank you, Ricardo. I'm sure that this would help the mom. Hopefully that you guys can coordinate together. And
definitely, I just want to let her mom know that. I mean, I do apologize sincerely for any all of this. I mean, it's just I'm really sorry about all this, and it was not intentional. I never meant to harm her daughter ever, and I would never harm her.
You didn't mean to harm her.
I didn't mean to harm her, put her in harm's way, or anything like that. It was just something that just happened. It just happened like from one second to the next.
And what else would you like her mom to know?
Just, I love Zailey with all my heart, and and I'm doing everything I can within my power to get her back home.
And you didn't harm her physically?
Never, no.
You were meaning when you said you didn't mean to harm her, you were meaning put her in harm's way?
Yeah, I never meant to put her in any kind of harm, and I never ever had any intentions of her being harmed ever at any kind of way.
And you didn't. So what else would you like to say?
Just that, I mean, because all those people are putting shit out there that I killed her or this and that and the other, and I just none of that's. I mean, none of those people know me or Zailey or were around us or anything. I mean, they could come ask my neighbors how we got along, and I'd probably give them a better idea of how we what kind of relationship we had.
Mhm. Okay. Anything else you want her mom to know?
No, that's it, and hopefully we can get her back home tomorrow.
Okay. Well, thank you, Ricardo. You've been very helpful. I would love to see the screenshot so that when I air this on my channel, that when you talk about the police report, I can flash it on the screen. When you talk about the ransom that they told you about, I could put all those things together, because we really need to, she could really be in danger right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
All right.
definitely, and well, thank you so much for your time as well, and for putting exposure on this, and to help us get Zailey back home.
Right, right. Oh, okay. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Ricardo.
No, you're
Thank
welcome. God bless you guys.
All
God
right.
bless you too. Thank you, Ricardo.
You're welcome.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so that was our first phone call with Ricardo. And I wanted him to send over the receipts that he got from the cartel, the communication of this Facebook post that he said he posted to ask if there was anybody who knew her, how they contacted her, and everything like that. So he ended up sending a series of communication with him and this individual who was a person of the cartel. And we got Simply Anna got her friend, and we were sitting through it, and we were translating, or she was translating some of the stuff that it said. So the lady, when she was translating it, she said, according to her, what she read on the things, she said that there was talk about him driving 2 cars through the border with dope, and that 1 car went through with 2 pounds, and another car had 4 pounds or something like that. And there was mention of him like arranging stuff with the cartel or whatever. So I'm like, did he accidentally send you the wrong messages? Did he not know he sent you this? Like, what's going on here? So I said, what is he saying here? And then he was telling them how the mom is the one who has the money, how they need to contact the mom. She's the one who's going to be giving them the money, all this stuff like that. And I'm like, we need to get him back on the line, because we were trying to understand what the messages were saying. So I'm going to play that. We had a translator on, but I don't know if she wanted her name. Does she care about her name shared, Anna? Because I was just going to run it through the top, or should I just start it from when we called him? Because she was translating, telling us started from when we called him. Okay, so I'll just start it from when we called him. Let me go to there. Or play it from the top. Which one? It was nothing about a bar. I'm gonna play yours too next. But it was nothing about a bar. Play it from the top. Okay. All right, let's go. I'll start it.
Well, this is another page, and it says, okay. They didn't tell you. Picture the Jeep at the top.
You see, yeah, the one with the Jeep at the top, and that's the one with the picture. That's the one with the drugs, right?
Well, yeah, they kind of mention it, but there's another one.
All right, let me bring it back. Like, what is this?
No, I mean he's been sent. I have so many messages from him, Nick. He sent me, but he did send me a picture of who this Fernanda person is.
Okay,
This is Fernanda. This is whoever that person is. Nick.
Okay.
He sent me her Facebook page. And maybe here, let me send this to Carolyn, so she might be able to figure out who this person is. Okay, Carolyn, can you just read the Jeep page?
The one with the picture of the Jeep at the top?
You see, yeah, the one with the Jeep at the top, and that's the one with the picture. That's the one with the drugs, right?
Well, yeah, they kind of mention it, but there's another one that I was reading through that it was kind of up towards the top. It says, it's the one that says January 25th, 12:10 a.m. It says
12:10 a.m. Here, let me make sure that Nick has that one. Okay, hold on, let me make sure Nick has it. Hold on. 12:10. Oh God, Nick, this is, oh my God, much. 12:10.
She could go ahead and start reading it. We'll match
Go
up
ahead,
later.
read it.
It says at the top it says okay, and then it says they just passed about a minute ago, and then it says they answered me, and then there's a thumbs up on the other side, and it says the situation is as followed. They'll give you £4 receiving the Jeep with the papers and the corresponding documents of the sale and purchase. And it says the details are they're just now going to the, I guess, warehouse for the stuff to be distributed in the southern part of Los Angeles, in the central part of California, and part of Tijuana. And then well, this is another page, and it says, okay, they didn't tell you when Yvonne was going to pass. Let me talk to her.
He probably sent you this by accident.
He had to have.
Like,
what are we looking at here? This is Nick. I'm confused.
What the one that says no si ha visto Zailey? What is that saying? ¿Qué pasa?
Oh, let me find that one. Hold on,
What does it say, Nick?
No si ha visto Zailey ¿Qué pasa?
What does it say? What time?
It just says active 1 hour ago. No si ha visto Zailey.
Oh, that's one of the latest ones. That's one of the latest ones. Hold on, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You active 1 hour ago. Oh, that might not be one. Is that from one earlier?
I don't know. It says no si ha visto Zailey que pasa, and that's the first line. And then it has a
No.
time 9:58 a.m. at the bottom.
9:58 a.m. Hold on. Okay, I see it. No say okay, here, Carolyn, I'm gonna send that one to you.
Yeah, I want to know what they're saying right there.
Like there's one that says, follow the instructions of Comandante Kevin, how he tells them to you exactly. And then to thumbs up, okay, we'll be waiting. Can you answer the Comandante, which is, like I said, it's either like a cartel person or a drug or like a cop.
I need a drink.
All right, so the messages that we're like in the process of trying to decode are messages that he was speaking to this person that says they has Zailey. Now, he initiated contact with them. So per the messages that we have, it shows that he started the message with this person. He sent them a picture and he sent them a video, and then they replied back to him. So then they were going through this series of conversation, and we were getting her to like translate it. But I'm going to move forward and go to when we got him on the line.
Fernanda. Okay, hold on a second. 323. What's the number?
So that we can have the correct order. Is there a way for you in your phone to is there a way for you in your phone to
Hello.
Hey, Ricardo.
Yes.
Simply Anna here with Neat.
Hey, Ricardo. Hey, how you doing? Okay, so she just sent me some messages with you and Fernanda. Is there a way for you in your phone to write a number at the end of each one, like 1, 2, like in your, what is it called? When you go to a photo and you go to edit and then you could write on it, can you put those in order for us so that we can have the correct order?
Man, I can't. It's gonna take some time, but I found the receipts from when we first went over to the cross the border.
Yeah, so when you first crossed the border,
it was around. Let's see what time it was. Hold on 1 second. It was 2:25.
2:25
on the 11th of January, 2:25 p.m. That's when we first walked into Mexico.
Okay.
And we bought some peanuts, some Ruffles, some peach nectar juice, and some water.
Okay. So my question: these messages with Fernanda, can you? Well, who is that?
That's the person that they contacted me claiming to have her, but I'm starting to doubt that they even have her because the last message I sent them was, "You guys never had her talk to me ever," and at this point, and if you guys don't have her, just quit wasting my time, because I'm starting to believe that you guys don't have her.
Okay. Is
there? They claim to have one of those messages. They claim to have contacted mom with proof of life or whatever that they contacted, and her mom's saying that they never contacted her. So it's starting to look like obvious BS, on their end.
Oh, okay. You don't have to like mark all of them, but if there's a way to kind of or resend them to Anna so that she has them in the correct order.
Okay. And they all started with the The very first
Can
one would
he
be
just
the one
take a
that has,
video of it, Neek? Would that be easier?
I don't know, but did you guys see the phone number from the number that Zailey called from?
No.
She
The
doesn't
mom,
have it or what?
she didn't want to give it.
What? That's weird.
Yeah, she said, well, I guess because she's kind of like mad with you. And she was
I guess
saying,
she's mad at me, but I mean, that's the only way to get a hold of Zailey. I mean, it's calling the number that Zailey called from. These people
yeah,
are just probably blowing smoke out her up her ass and shit. And I mean, the number that Zailey called from is obviously where she's at or where she was at. So we need that number. I mean, to get a hold of Zailey. I mean, otherwise we're just chasing our own asses, probably.
yeah, she said that you would have to get it from the FBI. She was kind of angry with you.
I guess. I mean,
So, but I
she's
did ask her about the number, and
yeah. I mean, I'm providing all the information I have. I mean, I'm being forthright and transparent,
mhm.
100%. And she's like hiding shit. I don't know what she has to hide, but whatever.
And then
I
she
mean, this is
also said
frustrating.
that, what she said that she was angry about, she said that she sent you a screenshot of the people calling her, and then she said you posted it, the screenshot of them calling her, and then she said you posted it.
She never sent me any phone numbers ever of anybody calling her. I don't know what she's talking about. And now she doesn't want to send it to me because she's angry. It doesn't even make any sense on her part. She probably doesn't even have it. She probably deleted it as soon as they called her. I don't know. This doesn't make sense. And I don't even want to go any forward with anything because it's just like a game right now. It seems like, I mean, on her part and everybody else is wasting time. That's the most solid clue there is the people that called her. Well, I mean, Zailey called her. Not these people that are calling me claiming to have Zailey, because these people only contacted me after I posted on Facebook that she's missing. So it could very well be a hoax on their part.
What missing group did you put that in on Facebook?
Personas desaparecidas en Tijuana. It's called. I can send you guys a link to that. Yeah, it's ironic that they contacted me like immediately after I posted on there. There's probably people on there trolling for people that are posting shit and trying to milk money off of them. From what I see.
Carolyn, do you know what that group is?
I can look for it.
People who have disappeared in Tijuana is basically what it translates to Spanish, and also the expat community in Tijuana for people that moved to Tijuana from America.
One thing I forgot to ask you, what was she wearing?
She was wearing a black overalls, Adidas overalls with a white low top Vans that have floral pattern on the side, and a red Adidas sweater with a black poncho over that had a brown fur trim on the hoodie, and she was wearing my black windbreaker that has a red trim on the zipper. It says it's a Spider brand. It has a spider logo on the right shoulder, and a face mask, like a surgical face mask.
That's a lot of stuff. Back up, say it again. She had on overalls.
Yeah, she was covered up, so she wasn't even trying to show her. She's really modest when we travel anywhere.
Mm-hmm. So
She's
wait,
wearing
say it again.
Black Adidas overalls.
Yeah, slow down though, because I kind of get
I'm sorry.
overwhelmed quick. Sorry.
Black Adidas overalls with white low top Vans.
Black overalls, white Vans. Okay.
With a floral pattern on the sides, and a red Adidas sweater.
So she had so over the overall, she had a red sweater.
Okay. Yeah, and over that she had a black poncho with a hoodie.
And then over the poncho, she had a black windbreaker.
Yeah, my windbreaker she was wearing with a red zipper on it, and then she had a pink backpack on her.
Was she trying to
and the missing photo, is that her that day?
I'm sorry?
In the missing person photo, is that her on that day?
No. I don't have any pictures of her from that day.
Was she trying to disguise herself with all of that stuff on?
She was trying to cover herself up, as she normally does that whenever we went anywhere. She doesn't like to. She's very modest when we go out,
But
if
that's
we went
like
to
a
the store or
lot
anything,
of articles.
I know, and that's how she always dressed down like that whenever we went out. It was just she covered herself up almost like she was a Taliban.
Oh wow. Yeah, she must have been paranoid or something. That's a lot of clothes. That's hot.
Yeah.
Um.
She
Okay.
also
So
had
she.
scars on her. She had scars on her arms, from her wrists, I guess, from cutting herself before.
Uh-huh.
And she had a scar on her neck as well. I'm thinking her mom, she was in ICU, and it might have been a tracheotomy, or I don't know what. She never said she had one, but I
Yeah,
know
she
she
was
did have a.
in ICU in September. Remember, she slit her wrist knee.
Yeah, but let him finish. What did you say? You said
Okay.
something
But
around
she had like a
her.
she has a scar on her neck, and it looked kind of like a trach scar.
Oh, like something punctured her neck.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some kind of circular scar there.
Any other identified? Did she have like tattoos or any other?
No tattoos. She has freckles,
Mm-hmm.
and her hair is the same as the picture that shows with her and I on her picture.
Uh-huh.
Her hair is like pretty much the same style, same length.
Okay. All right. And there was mention about a car going through Tijuana with 2 pounds or 4 pounds. Do you know what that's about?
I don't know. They were just they were saying that they were going to come over here in a convoy with her and bring her to. I told them to meet me at the gas station here by my house, but they never came through. They were just bullshitting. They wanted me to just wire them money.
Because it said something about um a
Support them.
car.
They give them some money, and I was going to give them my car because I told them I didn't have the cash that they wanted. So I told them, what if I just give you my Jeep? And I told them I
Uh-huh.
had a 2015 Jeep Renegade with 52,000 miles on it, and I would let them have it, let them have the car. As long as they would give me Zailey back safely.
Okay. And so they were saying something about drugs or something.
Yeah, they're drug traffickers. They were going to be dispersing drugs, I guess, in this area, in this southern Los Angeles region. They said of Central California,
Oh, okay. Okay,
and that they had
well,
like four. Yeah,
okay. Can you send those back in the right order? Because
yeah.
we want to lay out um everything so that people understand how crazy this
That's fine,
is.
but right now I'm actually gonna call the FBI and see if I can get that phone number from them. That's the Welding mom provided them. Hopefully she did. That's really concerning me that she's not willing to, offer that information. It's weird. So I'm ready to go out there tomorrow. But I don't want to waste any time. If we can get a hold of the people that she's with directly, I mean, that would be the best thing to do, I think.
Right.
And the last point of contact was with her directly with Zailey. These people, they never had me speak with Zailey ever at any point, so they probably don't even have her.
So you don't even think that
And
they have her at all.
I don't even know if they have her or not. There's no proof that they have her or not, but I'm willing to go out there and meet with somebody and see if they have her, or even look for her in the district that they say she's at. But if I can call the number and verify where she's at or where she went, I think that would be a way better thing to do than what we're trying to do now, is just trying to guess and guess and guess and guess and deal with people who might be just totally bullshitting me.
Excuse me, Ricardo.
Yes.
I'm just gonna make a suggestion. I wouldn't go out there and meet with those people by yourself.
I know. I would. I don't want to go out there by myself, but I don't want to just leave this in the air. And if nobody wants to go with me, I'm going to have to go by myself, and just
The cartel
leave it up to
people
God.
that they've not given you any proof that they have her,
No, they haven't.
and these are they could be cartel people, they could just be scammers, but it's probably not safe to go by yourself. I mean,
I understand that, but this is my girl here too, and I don't want to leave it up in the air,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When did you post that on that page?
I forget. It was the date that they contacted me was the same day. You see on the very first one on the image that shows Fernanda Hernandez, like at the top with her, where it shows where she notified me first. It'll show on the pictures. You can tell it's the one where that shows her name and the picture of the profile.
Like the 24th?
Yeah.
You found the page?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there
So
any?
yeah, they reached out to me, but they never have communicated her with me or her mom, and they claim that they have contacted her mom with her, but her mom says that they haven't. So I believe her.
Okay.
But I
Okay.
really do want to get a hold of whoever she called from, like, and find out what happened there. You know, or if she's aware with them still, or she went anywhere in particular, or what happened from there. You know, that's like very crucial information, I believe.
Is
The
there
best.
anything that so is there any chance that this may have been a separation of you guys inside of some type of drug exchange?
No, there was no drug exchange or anything like that at all.
Okay. I didn't because I don't
I just
I've been trying to translate the messages. So I was like, what's going on here? It sounded like there was a drug deal that probably went bad or something that but
no, these people were claiming to have her, and that they were coming across the border, and they were going to let me talk to her as soon as they crossed the border. Then something else happened, that they had to drop off some drugs somewhere in the southern region of Los Angeles, in the central zone of California. Some bullshit they were selling, because obviously if they had her, they would have had her talk to me. You know.
mhm. Okay, so it
I
was
mean, that's
so
what I'm
they
assuming.
so 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 you guys weren't taking drugs to
No,
Tijuana. They
not at
were
all.
telling you that they were going to take drugs to LA.
Right, that they were on the convoy to come out here, and that they were going to bring her with them on their trip out here to drop off drugs out here. I guess to disperse drugs or whatever.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I was confused about that part. I'm like, Anna, what's going on these messages? I didn't really. So
Yeah,
yeah,
there
so
was
that's
like a
why I
blank
wanted
period.
Yeah,
to.
because it wouldn't make sense to bring drugs into Mexico. You
Right,
would want to
they're
go the
coming
other
from down
way.
there over here.
Right.
Oh, okay. Because yeah, we were so confused about that. We were like, what is going on here? Because the messages, I don't know, Anna received them. They're kind of out of order.
I'm sorry about that. No, but I think the best lead would be getting a hold of the people that, or the number that she called from, because that's the only actual verifiable contact that made contact with Zailey directly. You know.
Right.
Well, she reported it to the Las Vegas office of the FBI. So that's probably
I know, but the
where
FBI is, what they told me is that they really have no jurisdiction in Mexico, and that they were going to touch base with their counterparts in Mexico. And what my dad's telling me is that the Mexican authorities out there are they're seen as the crooks, basically. It's all corrupt in Mexico, like really corrupt, more corrupt than out here, I guess. I mean, I know I hear it's pretty bad with the police officers killing minorities and stuff like that, but there's people in general. Even, I mean, there's a white girl that got killed by the Huntington Beach Police Department at the pier. They had like 20 shots on the ground. That means they were shooting her after she fell, you know. But it's just a crisis with that. But out there, it's just it's overwhelming corruption. It's just, I don't know. My dad he says it's almost best to just, get a private investigator.
Yeah, that might help.
But I've tried to reach out, but I'm gonna. That's probably what I'm gonna do when I get out there. Is just if I can't get the number from her mom, or from the people that with the
So,
number she called from, then I'll just try to figure it out through the investigator or something.
are you going to document your journey through finding her in Mexico tomorrow? Are you going to be video filming it?
I think I probably should, huh?
I mean, yeah, we would like to see what's going on, the journey,
Well, as I go along, if you like, I can link up with you and do like a video chat or something, and let you guys know the progress and what I'm doing.
Yeah, we would like to know. Yeah, absolutely.
That would also kind of like maybe like if anything does happen, At least you guys have a record of it.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Mhm.
All right.
All righty.
I'll
Well,
be
thank
more
you,
than-
Because
Ricardo.
I feel like
Do
those
you?
cartel people, they would have if they had her, they would have proved it by now.
Yeah, they offered to they promised to have her on the phone several times that day, and they still to this day they have not. You know, they lied to me about having contacted her mom with proof, and you know her mom said that she didn't, and I believe her over them. You know, I'm
All
just
right.
Yeah, you gotta understand that some of those groups on Facebook and other sites, there's people scammers that prey on people who are in vulnerable positions.
Mhm. But what else were you gonna say, Ricardo?
no, I'm just hoping that I'm just gonna pray that her mom has to change her heart and shares that number so I can at least try to reach out to that number and figure out if she's there still or where she went from there. You know.
Mhm. Okay. All right. Well, I don't know what that noise is in the. All right. So that is my talk with him. Now, Bria in the chat, she also reached out to him and spoke to him. She's had like about a 20-minute conversation with Ricardo. Now, some of what she got may be a little bit repetitive from what we listened to just now, but we'll listen to 20 minutes of his conversation with Bria. And then at that point, I will allow some of you guys to come on and give me your input on it like that. But in the meantime, before we get to her video, hit the like button, share this video. I want you guys to blow this up in the algorithm. If you guys have Instagram, also, you know, I love to reshare when you guys are watching me and you guys are like recording like a little quick snap of you watching the show or whatever on your IG story. If you don't have nobody to share the video with, share it on to your email, share it, hit the share button and text it to yourself. Just share it. So the algorithm, it looks at this and saying, oh, it's being shared, you know, so we need you to share it to your email, to your mama email, your daddy email. We need you to share it on Facebook and YouTube. And, you know, we need y'all to share it so that it can get in the algorithm so people can hear his side and get to the bottom of what's going on with Zailey. Now, listening to the conversation with him, what do you guys think so far? What do you guys think is going on with Zailey? What do you guys think overall? We're going to play 20 minutes of conversation. I don't know if we probably won't listen to the whole thing because she said that in the chat that mine's was better, I guess, but we'll still listen to a little bit of it. And then we'll open up the lines. The StreamYard link is in the chat. So if you guys are already queued up and ready to go, once I stop playing her video, then it will be easier if you guys are already backstage. So to tell me what you guys think, click the link. If I have my moderators in the chat, keep on resharing the link for me. And let's play a little bit of Bria's video. Hold on one second. Let me go to it.
Check the rehab out as well first.
So she took a candy bar from a lady.
If she's not in the rehab, then I'm gonna have to go to these people that claim to have her, and hopefully they do have her, and I'll give them the money that I get on Thursday and get her back. I'm praying that I do get her back on Thursday.
So can I ask you a question? If you did have the money, how are you going to meet up with them, or are you going to cash app it to them? Because I'm pretty sure if you cash app it,
I'm not going to try to cash out anything unless I see her in person. I mean, once I see her in person, then I'll hand the money over. I'm not going to hand over money for somebody that's claiming to have her and they don't have her, because it could very well be a hoax.
that's what I'm saying. So why would you go by yourself too, though?
Well, because nobody else is willing to go with me.
That's not true. You're not looking on Facebook. There's a lot of people willing to go. But I think you're afraid that they're going to do something to you.
No, I know that they're saying that they will, and then when it comes out to it, and I make contact with them, they're not responding or anything. So they're just full of shit. They're trying to fucking growing house or something. I don't know.
So you were the last person that was with her. What made y'all go to Tijuana? I'm just curious. I'm trying to put this together.
We went to Tijuana looking at apartments. We were planning on moving to Guadalajara, where her dad is at, because she was constantly talking to her dad over the phone. Her mom never responded to her phone calls.
Wow.
Seriously,
like she claiming she is.
Yeah, I know. We were trying to reach out to her mom before this all happened, and I wanted to go meet her. She wanted me to meet her mom, and her mom was never answering her phone calls or anything. So finally, she's like, you know what? Just go meet my dad. My dad's, he's been talking to me, and they were talking on the phone constantly. Mm-hmm. And so we were gonna move to Tijuana first, and then from there we were gonna go surprise her dad, and she'd visit with my family. I have family in Guadalajara as well. So.
Oh, you got family out there already. So that's why you already got family out there. So you guys ordered.
Yeah, my family is a chain of restaurants up there.
Oh, okay. So that's why I'm like, why will make them? That's why I was curious. What will make you guys go way out there? But that's because you got family out there. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, yeah.
She
so
has her dad out there who she was talking to constantly, and then I have family up there as well who's been asking me to come out there and visit anyways.
So she's more than one race. She's not all black. She's like.
No, she's Mexican and black.
Oh, okay. I get it. Okay. Yeah. Well, I don't know.
And this is only for Luke, with all the people that have come out and just just trying to antagonize this whole thing, and instead of actually helping find her,
It's not going to help. It's not going to help at all. That's not going to help. That's why we need to all come together and try to figure something out.
I'm getting death threats of me and my kids now and shit.
I know you would, because it's just how it looks, and then the responses. You shouldn't even respond to nobody. But I understand how you're trying to protect yourself. I understand you want to protect yourself too. But it just looked bad. It just looked really, really bad online.
I'm not going to respond to those people anymore. I mean, it's pointless. It's just taking time away from the focus of everything,
Yeah. So when the last time so the people that have her, when was the last time you spoke to those people?
They called me. I mean, I haven't even spoken to them anymore either, because I don't have money for them or anything right now.
But we have the money. So if I got the money, can they let her go? I mean, like, if honestly, I don't know if I should cash app you the money. I can cash app you the money, and then you can go meet. I don't understand. I'm trying to help.
Okay. I really would like somebody to go with me.
Okay.
I have a neighbor that says he'll go with me, but I can contact them. I don't want to communicate with them anymore until I have the money in my hand.
Well, I'm saying I have them. So I'm okay. So if I'm in Vegas, right? Or where are you? I don't need to know your location. I don't need to know your location exactly. But what city are you in?
I'm in Los Angeles.
Okay. Well, shit, I'm like 4 hours away. Yeah, I can't help.
Said I can't help.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I can't go with you, is what I'm saying, because I'm in Vegas.
I know. I have a neighbor that says he'll go with me, and I believe he will.
Well, do you guys have any protection for yourselves? I mean, like, what do you think, they're going to harm you too, or what?
No, well, I also have a person that I think her name is Stacy out there on Instagram, something, and she says her husband's a private detective, and he'll go with me, and he has guns. And then somebody else also messaged me on Instagram saying that they have 2 former police officers that will go with me.
No.
So I mean, as long as they're serious, then we're covered, I think.
But how would you get to Tijuana if she's in Tijuana? How would you get out there?
I have a car.
You're gonna drive way over there?
It's only 2 hours from here.
Oh my God, that's crazy. Yeah, well, I guess it ain't that bad. Well, oh my God. So, what do you need from the help? What do you need from like the public? Like, what do you need from
I mean, that's all. I mean, basically, that's all I want is somebody to come with me and.
Because the money isn't the problem. That's not the problem.
And I'll pay the money back on Thursday for sure. I can pay it on Thursday.
Yeah, I don't think they want you to pay it back. I think they just want the girl home,
Yeah.
And you haven't been able to talk to her. You can't even call them people or talk to them people and say, "Let me talk to her," and then like to make sure that she's.
I've been asking that, and the last person who talked to her was her mom on the 12th, and I don't know ask her mom what was said on that phone call. She never told me what was.
I don't know her mom. Sorry, I don't know her mom.
Okay, I don't know what she told her mom. Or her mom won't tell me what was discussed or what she said or anything. Like, it's really.
Well, I know she said. I know on the video. I don't know her mom personally, but I've seen the video floating around that the mom said that she sounded not happy at all. I know you've seen the video too, so.
That doesn't say anything though. It doesn't describe what she was asking, what she told her mom.
She probably couldn't.
where she's at or what to do or anything or what phone number they call from either. Like I posted the number that
you said that you guys were looking for places to move. How long did you know her?
I met her in late November.
Oh, okay, in November, and she was willing to move with you already.
She was on the streets at the time.
And
so she could stay with me, and then she went to a mental hospital right after that because she was not taking her meds, I guess. And she was like in really bad shape. So when she got out of the mental hospital, she reached out to me, and she said she had feelings for me. And I was like, well, really? Well, fuck me. I mean, I liked her too. So
yeah,
she moved in. She had nowhere to go, so she moved in with me. And
she had nowhere to go.
And we ended up becoming boyfriend and girlfriend. I mean, after she moved in with me, but it wasn't even like a sexual thing. It was more of just like we were both into art. She likes to paint. I like to paint, and she likes poetry, and I also do that. And we had a lot of shit in common, you know. So I didn't see her as a child. I never met her as a child. I met her as an adult. You know? Right.
Everybody keeps saying that she's she's a little. Yeah. No. If she's 18, she's an adult.
I mean, she's 21, and I mean, she just carries herself. I mean, my friends that met her, they were surprised that she's 21. They're like, wow, I thought she was older, you know.
You probably miss her, huh?
I miss her. I miss the hell out of her, dude. I'm going crazy with her. I mean, not knowing what's going on with her.
Yeah. Well,
and I wish I had more money to myself. I got shot in the head a couple of years ago, and I'm on disability. But that's the only reason I used to make a lot more money than what I'm making now. But
so how are you guys going to afford a place if you moved in together?
Well, that's the thing. Mexico is way cheaper.
Oh, okay.
You can get a luxury apartment for $500 a month. Right here, I'm paying $4 something a month for
wow.
You know?
Yeah. Sheesh. Well, the only thing I can say is, have you tried to reach out to any news reporters just to clear your name? Because last thing you knew, you said you had children, right?
I do. I have 3 children. I have 2 girls and a son. You know.
And no disrespect to you, no disrespect to your family, but you do understand that it's not hard to find people, right?
I know that.
Okay, so I think you should do the right thing and go to the news stations, do something to clear your name up if you absolutely have nothing to do with it, because it's going to fall back on you because you was the last person with her.
I know. I'm reaching out to everybody. If I get connected with these, I got another call from no caller ID. Hold on.
This is crazy, y'all. This girl's missing. And
one of their stomachs, Bria, was that your stomach growling? Their stomachs was growling.
Yeah, I'm here. Some bunch of callers, just bullshit callers, not trying to help, not trying to do anything.
Yeah, somebody's called out from blocked IDs, just being quiet.
Yeah, see, I'm not calling. You gonna see my number. I'm not calling nobody blocked. You gonna see my number.
I'm not trying to hide anything. I'm not trying to hide myself or anything.
Yeah, don't. Whatever you do, don't. Now to keep you kind of,
Yeah, I mean, I'm just being as transparent as I can be about everything. I mean,
so when you last time you seen her, it said that you were in a crowd. Like, where were you at a concert? You were at a dinner?
We were downtown Tijuana on Revolution. I was trying to get a hold of my friend, but our phones didn't work out there because we didn't know that. I haven't been in Mexico in 20 years, and I didn't have a cell phone back then, you know?
Okay.
And so we went out there, and our phones weren't working, and we got to a place that had Wi-Fi and trying to get a hold of my friend out there so he could show us this apartment that they have to rent in Tijuana. And he wasn't answering, so I was making other phone calls to other apartments that were listed on Facebook. And finally we found one. It was getting kind of late. And I was like, you know what, let's just get the hell out of here. It's getting dark, you know? And we started pushing through a crowd. And that's when I lost her right there. I looked back when I got to the cab, and she was nowhere to be seen anywhere.
Nowhere. You didn't. You tried to. You guys' phone. Your phone didn't work, so you couldn't reach out to her.
No, and so when I got in the cab, so we can drive around the area looking for her, and I couldn't see her anywhere. I mean, not anywhere in the vicinity. I was like, what the hell? Where did she go? She's like vanished. So I had her drop me off at the border, which was like only a couple of blocks away. And I walked across the border. It was like no time at all to walk across the border. And I got in my car and I went back to Mexico looking for her in my car. And about 2 hours into looking for her, I was looking for her like back and forth, zigzagging through all the streets, like calling out her name, yelling her name out the window. And then I got a police officer pulled me over. I thought he was going to help me, and said he robbed me for all my money. He took me to the ATM, cleaned out my account.
You know, because you're an American, probably, or because you come. I mean, how would that? Why did he do that? Why did the officer do that?
I don't fucking know because he's crooked.
Oh.
To my phone, he checked me for my phone as well, and at that point I was like, what the fuck? So I kept him driving around after he did that, and I got pulled over by another officer, and I told him, dude, actually I got cleaned out by one of your people and shit. Like, I don't know what you want me to give you. You know, they did, okay, never mind, and he let me go. But at that point I was kind of started tripping out, like they're gonna end up taking my car away and shit. So I just kind of sat there and I was looking out the window, and I ended up just falling asleep after a few hours and shit. I got paranoid, you know. Then the next morning when daytime came around, I kept on driving around for like another 4 hours and through the city. I mean, it's not that big of an area. I couldn't see her anywhere, and I figured it'd be more useful if I had a phone and stuff, you know. So I came across the border. And I waited at the border to see maybe she was there, and I was asking all the customs officials if they had seen her. Nobody had seen her, and after a couple of hours waiting at the border, I ended up just driving home, and
so let me ask you this, because you from Tijuana, you from Mexico, right?
I'm from LA.
Oh, you're from LA. Oh, I thought you said okay. Okay. So let me ask you this: what do you think happened to her?
I'm hoping she's in the rehab that she had the number from. And if not, then they probably have her, like they say, at the fucking red light district over there.
What's the red light district? What is that?
It's a Coahuila. It's like I guess they have prostitution going on.
That's what I'm trying to get to. I need to make some money. Okay. What was I about to say to you? I'm not trying to laugh at your situation. I'm really not. So, but you said you think that she might be at the, what's it called? Red light.
It's called the Coahuila district.
But but how is the people
they said they have her at.
That's what they said they have her at?
Yeah.
And you would have to go over there to give them money over there or at a private location?
Well, they claim they have brought her out here, but they never fucking showed me any proof of having her. You know, they never let me talk to her or anything.
That's what I'm saying. That's what we need to try to get to try to at least see if she's still alive or to talk to her before we send anything over there.
They really have her because she might be in rehab for all I know.
But then again, it's not they didn't call a rehab. You did that?
I don't have the number to the rehab. The rehabs in Mexico are not like rehabs out here. They're all like independent. They don't.
I wonder why would she go to a rehab in Mexico if that's not where she's from, though.
You know what's happening with her? She's on meds, and she didn't have her meds with her. I didn't even know this.
Oh, you didn't know she was taking medication, or you know she had them?
Meds, but I didn't know she didn't have them with her. I asked her, "Do you have you taking your meds?" I'm always asking her if she's taking the meds because I don't want her to get what she did back in December.
All right, so I'm gonna pause that. So, when I was talking to him, he said that they didn't do drugs and that she didn't do drugs and that she didn't drink alcohol, she didn't smoke weed or anything while he was with her. So I'm wondering why he's telling Bria that he thinks that she went to rehab if she wasn't on any drugs and that he only did weed. And he told me that they didn't do any drugs. So why would she go to rehab?
She got to the point where she wasn't even able to talk. She was like, like really bad.
Wait, you said you met her in November?
Yeah, I met her late November.
Well, you just said December right now. You don't want to happen. What happened in December?
A week into like 2 weeks after moving in, staying with me, I guess she had something in her meds and she got really bad, so she went to the hospital for like 2 weeks.
What kind of drugs was she taking? What kind of drugs was she on? Because her mama said some.
She's on lithium, Seroquel, and like a bunch of other shit, like 4 other pills.
Oh, okay. No cocaine, no crystal, nothing like that.
No, but with those meds, if you stop taking them, I guess they have a really bad side effect.
A side effect, yeah. I used to take meds too, and they really do, though. It depends on what kind of med you're taking, though, you know?
But yeah, she was on lithium, Seroquel, and like 3 or 4 other pills.
Okay.
And I didn't know that she had not taken them, but had I known, I would have had her by the hand, like a little kid. But I mean, I thought she was in the right state of mind at the time. Like, I didn't know she was like losing it.
But I wonder why would she disappear from the crowd and nobody else?
I don't fucking know.
You know?
I don't know if she wandered off somewhere or somebody grabbed her or I don't know what the fuck happened.
You think she maybe just didn't want to be with you no more and left?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I hope not. I don't think so because
you was on good terms.
I was reading through her journals, and on her journals, she was just like going on and on, like writing to God about how grateful she was to be with me, and how much she loved me and stuff, and she wanted to have a family with me, and then also she was also dreading that that she was gonna die, or hoping that somebody's trying to kill her and shit.
Wow, she was going through really a lot.
I don't know if it was mental illness or somebody was actually trying to fucking kill her out there in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
But
how did you meet her?
I met her in downtown Los Angeles on a bike ride one morning on a Saturday morning, and I was gonna hop on the train to go to Venice Beach,
Mm-hmm.
and she happened to walk up on the platform and started talking because I was drawing and stuff, and she's into drawing as well, artwork. She goes,
Yeah.
"Oh, that's pretty cool." And we started talking, and then we ended up just hanging out, going to my place, and I made breakfast. And she was like, "I was like, you don't know where to stay. I mean, you seem like a cool person. You can stay here, if you want for now, And then she ended up going to the hospital and coming back, and
so
we're just making plans on actually going out there to Guadalajara and getting closer to dad and shit. I figured we could live in luxury with the money that I'm getting from Social Security.
Oh, does your family know about all this that's going on with you?
Yeah, my dad knows. My mom and dad knows.
And what are they saying?
So my dad just told me to don't send any money out to anybody that doesn't have proof that they have her,
Mm-hmm.
And that's all he told me. And basically, he said, "Be careful out there in Mexico too, because the cops are pretty much seen as crooks." So
that is crazy. That's crazy. That is one
situation,
Yeah, that's really crazy. That's really crazy. Yeah. If I were you, I probably would just stop talking because it's just I mean. If you,
I'm trying not to even look at the social media anymore, but there might be some.
Have you talked to her mom? Have you guys have you and her mom been able?
Talk to me briefly, but it seems like I don't know. I don't know what her angle is. It doesn't seem like she's really trying to help.
It paused at 16 minutes. I don't know what happened. Okay, the audio, Bria, it ended at 16 minutes. Yeah, it ended. All right, so at this time, I'll open up the floor for 20 minutes. You guys let me know what you guys think. She said it's way more. Yeah, it stopped at 16 minutes. So if you have the other half, I don't know, maybe we will listen to it later, but yeah, it stopped. It stopped at 16 minutes. All right. So, let me put the link in the chat. And y'all let me know what y'all think. What do you guys think about what he's saying? What do you guys think about Zailey's whereabouts? What do you guys think overall? I want to know from y'all. I told y'all to wait backstage so that when we play the audio, y'all will be ready to go. And y'all done clicked off. I told y'all to be ready. To be ready for right when the audio stopped. Y'all could come on and we could talk and we could do it like that. And y'all didn't listen. So, if that's it, we'll end it there. It's very, very, very interesting. I don't know. We almost had the mom. I called, I talked to her, I asked her a couple questions. She said that she wasn't going to give him any phone numbers. She said that he would have to get it from the FBI. And she was saying how upset she was with him and how she she hadn't blocked him yet, but she was thinking about it didn't sound like she really wanted any type of communication with him. And I was telling her that she should keep, as long as he's willing to talk, even though she's mad at him, she should keep that line of communication going so that he can, speak. But let's bring up Day Day. Day Day, what's your thoughts? If that's it, we'll end it there. You gotta cut it off in the back.
Okay, so I think he actually sold her in human trafficking. I think he trafficked her. Um I also kind of feel like he kind of involved with the cartel too. But when I'm thinking back, when I watched the El Chapo story, when you dealing with the drug cartel, they'll kill anybody, no all casualties. So if it was a death, casualties like mama, sister, cousin, uncle, brother, they'll murder the whole household um if necessary for a debt. So I don't think it's a debt, but I think he manipulated her because he made a statement that he said that um she was pretty much homeless. He met her on a bike ride. They met on a bike ride, then he took her in, and then she was staying with him, but there was no sex involved. But she was never on drugs, but then she in rehab. So he kind of like mixing up his story up a lot. But my son went on her Instagram and she was on ecstasy pills. So when she felt that uncomfortability, she probably already knew something was shady that was about to happen. I think he really sold her in trafficking. I think he sold her in human trafficking. Me personally.
Mm-hmm. And I think he said that she didn't have OnlyFans, but I could have sworn somebody said something about she had OnlyFans.
Yeah, my son said he does. She did have OnlyFans because he went to research her Instagram, and that's how he was able to see that she be on meth and stuff. Not meth, excuse me. She be popping ecstasy, weed, and for somebody who ever did ecstasy, it make you feel real uncomfortable because I've tried that before. One time, it make you feel like you are hype. You don't really be aware of your surroundings and stuff. And then nowadays, you would think you taking an XC pill, you might even have um some fentanyl. So it could play out many different ways. And then it was just funny because he called it candy. So, it wasn't no regular candy bar she took neither. Like this guy right here, he looked like he could be low key a pimp. He probably trafficked, and the Mexican government has a thing where they work with the United States. So the police are very corrupt in Mexico. So I don't know. I think he lying though. It's a plot twist with that, but the Mexican government is very, very, very corrupt. And I learned that from the El Chapo story. They worked with him for many years just to profit. So it's untelling, but yep, they do. Um, so
So you
yeah,
don't think that he's telling the truth that they got separated in the crowd?
nah, no, they got separated all right when the people came to get her and she fits to work. I don't know if they got a red light district in Mexico, but yeah, they got separated all right. She walking behind you like yeah, no, he a liar. And what hood he from? Cause he gang bang. So that's another question. If anybody ever interview him, ask him what gang he from, what hood he from. Because I know in LA they have cartel gangs that the MF-18s and the MF-16s are cartel gangs that originated from Mexico. So these are questions maybe they should be asking him in the interview too.
Yeah, he said the sole purpose of the trip was to look at these apartments, but they never made it to the apartments. They just made it downtown, and he wanted to rush and leave. And that's when they got separated.
Yeah, he lying because who want to live in Tijuana? Who want to live it? I mean, now the beach. I heard living off of the beach of Mexico is really nice. I can't remember what it's called, but
I think it's Baja.
not living in no
I think that one
Tijuana.
area that's close to Tijuana, I think it's Baja. Ain't it Baja?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. He's suspect. I don't care. You could look at him and you can hear he too much of a and a eyes and a and can't get the story to correct. I wish we could have seen his face because he probably his his eyebrows going up, his cheekbones look a certain kind of way. There's ways you could tell when people is lying and it's a lot of dysfunction going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's my opinion, Neek at night.
Okay, bye, girl.
Bye, girl.
Watch out.
All right. Is there anybody else who wanted to say what they thought or felt? Anybody else before we end the live? Exotica, you talked to him also? You talked to him also, Exotica? Also, there was somebody in his comments. Hold on, I took a screenshot. She says she also talked to him on the phone. Hold on. It was another lady who said that she talked to him. Uh, okay, this is. Oh, here we go. Let me look up. Let me look up this girl's Facebook real quick. She says she was posting it on her Facebook. Uh, who was the first one? Exotica? Who was? Okay, where is Exotica? Where did she talk to him at? Where did she go? Click the link, Exotica. Because I want to play all the audio before I end this, because I'm going to make another video where I just share pieces and get straight to the point. But any okay, can you can you click the link for us and share the conversation that you had? Can you click the link, Exotica? You don't have to come on camera. We just want to hear we want to hear the audio so that when I do a video later, I can get all of the excerpts of different stuff that I thought might be interesting and condense it down to a video. So if you could click the link, someone, you must have just came here. You said, where can I listen to the whole interview? I've been playing the whole interview. You can listen to the whole interview from this video. I've been playing the whole interview. Oh, so let me go here. He has plans on leaving the US tomorrow, so he said, yeah, he told us the same thing. He said he's going there tomorrow. But can you click the link, Exotica? Yeah, he said he's going back tomorrow. I want her to click the link so she could post or share with us what she has. He claimed it was to look for Zailey, but I have. Are you? Are you gonna click? Is she? Are you? Are you gonna click the link? Is what I'm asking. If not, we could end the. I'm trying to find this other girl's page though, real quick. Okay, there you go.
Hi.
Hi, can you play for us what he said to you?
The recording that I have is on the phone that I'm streaming on now. But I do have basically what he told me when we spoke on the phone, and I can send like a screen grab of us actually speaking, of me talking to him. He told me that he had plans. That first, he didn't want the money anymore. He didn't want the $500 that people were trying to send him. He claimed that he was going to go back to Tijuana to look for Zailey, but we found like his family's Instagram page, and we from what he said, he had connections. His family apparently owns like a well-known restaurant chain or something in Mexico, and we believe that he's going to go into hiding. Um, After I was like doing some digging on Instagram, it looks like he hangs around in homeless communities looking for girls that are like like going through some things, maybe that are desperate for shelter, anything. And he seems like he was supplying it. His pages, all his aliases are very sketchy. I believe I even found his Twitter and his other pages, but he was saying that the same story basically is what he said on the live, saying that they were looking, he was going to get a cab, and somehow in the street it was congested and he lost her. But what I don't understand is he drove down to Mexico. He was robbed apparently by the police. The Mexican police is what he told me, the same police he reported her missing to.
Yeah, he
They
claimed that also.
Yeah, he's saying that. And but my thing is, if you were robbed and they took everything, how did you get to your car? And if you had a car, why were you looking for a cab? When I was asking him these questions, he got irate with me and he hung up. But before he had hung up, he had gave me an agent name that he was speaking to, Agent Michael Fukuda. And I personally called the FBI headquarters, and they said that they had not personally heard any information from Ricardo, that the FBI email that he gave me for this agent, it was not real. It was fake. I don't know where he got it from or how he made it. I also have proof to show that I've been in contact with this agent and the headquarters in Los Angeles. He never reported it. They heard from other people about him. He never talked to him.
Is there a way for you to click the link on your computer and play us that audio?
Try to rejoin from my laptop, from my phone, and play it. And I also, it's another young lady who is in the chat as well. We have been communicating. She has also, I don't know if she joined, but she also has the 23-minute clip of talking to him. And
Yeah, we played that
there,
already. We already played
oh,
that.
she did. I just joining in. I'm so sorry. I didn't know, because she was just filling me in about everything. And I can try to rejoin from my laptop.
Yeah, can you rejoin from your laptop. I'm gonna put the link in the chat again. And then
Okay.
in the meantime of you rejoining, I'm gonna play another woman who spoke to him for 8 minutes named Shalia. And
Okay, thank you.
she
I'm
had an
gonna
8-minute
sorry.
phone call with him. So I'm gonna listen to the call that Shalia has with him, and then hopefully you can come back and then play for us the call that you have.
Okay, thank you. I will.
Okay, thank you. All right, so let me play this 8-minute call from Shalia, who also spoke to him as well.
¿Quién eres y dónde estás, Zailey? Tengo el dinero.
Oh, this must be the one that's in Spanish.
Bueno. Hola. I'm sorry? Bueno. Yes. ¿Sigue viva? I don't know. ¿Hablas español? Ahorita viene, ahorita le tienes mi llamada. No puede que siga la línea. Alguien dijo que la tienes. ¿Cómo? Sí, dígame.
It says, "Hey y'all, I need help for Zailey who went missing after she went to Mexico. Please read, especially if you speak Spanish. I don't know her mom's social media, but I was able to get an 8-minute conversation out of him. And I don't know what he's saying at the beginning. Then towards the end, somebody started speaking English and said they wanted $10,000 in exchange for Zailey and he will show proof to my phone in an hour that she's still alive. If you know the mom's social media or any family, please tag her or share this so it gets out. And can somebody translate what he's saying at the beginning? That's Zailey and the guy she went to Mexico with. She's 21, he's 40. He claims that the cartel have her, but he made it back to the States. Something's weird. All right, so.
No tienes a Zailey. No tienes a Zailey. Oh, sí, ella está conmigo. ¿Qué es usted de ella? Dígame. ¿Qué te hace a ti? Bueno. ¿Dónde está ella? Falta. ¿Cómo? A ver, de nuevo dígame. Miren, para ser exacto, sí la tengo. Yo estoy pidiendo $5,000 por ella. Ok. Escucha. Dime si por así tú la puedes liberar. Ella está desaparecida. Ajá, exactamente. Mira, pues ahora es que yo a ella la recuperé, mujer. Discúlpame que no te entienda yo mucho el inglés, pero pues yo, como te digo, estoy pidiendo $5,000 por ella por los gastos que ella acaba de generar. Ricardo, pues, según sí va a ser responsable y no. Y dime. ¿Sí? ¿Podemos recuperarla? Claro que sí puede usted. Mira, tengo el dinero. Vamos. ¿Cómo? El dinero, quiero $5,000 por ella. Tengo el dinero, ¿cuánto? Pues mira, si tú lo tienes ahorita mismo, pues ahorita mismo ahora sí que me lo puedes mandar. Yo te mando una cuenta. Dime,
¿Por
¿te
qué
interesa?
tomaste?
¿Cómo?
¿Por qué te la llevaste?
No, yo no me la llevé. Mira, a ella yo la rescaté. La tenían en un bar. Su marido, sí, conoces el bar Las Adelitas, ahí la tenían a ella trabajando. Al marido, pues es ahora sí que pues, no quiso hacerse cargo. Es un pobre siendo de drogadicto y pues no. Pero la muchacha está en buenas manos, está bien cuidada. No se le ha maltratado, no se le ha golpeado.
They said you have Zailey. Ellas dijeron que tienes Zailey. ¿Cuánto por ella?
Mira, pues ahora sí que yo te estaba pidiendo $10,000, como te dije.
This person didn't know that he speaks English, because she's using Google Translate to ask him questions, and she didn't know that he speaks English.
Pero pues tú dime cuánto tienes a la mano por ella y pues hacemos el negocio. Yo, como te digo, te pido $10,000, tú ofréceme. ¿Sí comprendes? Ok, mira.
Oui.
Pues, aquí a ella no se le ha tocado ni un pelo ni nada. Ella
¿Puedo llamarte más tarde con el dinero?
Pues tú dime en qué
¿Puedo
tiempo
llamar?
para que no.
¿Qué?
Ajá, a ver, dime.
Oh. ¿Puedo llamarte más tarde con el dinero?
Sí, claro que sí. ¿En qué tiempo? Tú dime. ¿Me escuchas?
In the comments, y'all are saying that she's talking to the person who supposedly has her, but that's not what she wrote on her caption. She said, "Hey y'all, I need help for Zailey, who went missing after she went to Mexico. Please read, especially if you speak Spanish. I don't know her mom's social media, but I was able to get an 8-minute conversation out of him. I don't know what he's saying in the beginning. Then towards the end, somebody started speaking English and said they wanted $10,000 in exchange for Zailey, and he will show proof to my phone in an hour that she's still alive." So this person is allegedly talking to Ricardo. And then somebody else says something else, but this is her saying that this is a conversation with Ricardo.
Ok, te llamo en un.
Ok.
Bye. Adiós.
Entonces en una hora, ok.
Ok.
Oui. Mira, aquí está el otro joven encargado.
Necesitamos saber si ella está viva primero.
Okay.
¿Mm?
Can you read this?
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand me?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
What did you say?
I want $10,000.
$10,000?
Yeah.
Okay, but we need proof that she's alive.
Of course she's alive. Let me try to send you a paper.
Well, I want to hear it first, and I'll send you the money in an hour.
Okay, I'm gonna go back, but it's gonna take me a while.
How
I might
long?
even go back to where she's at. You know what I'm saying? Go take pictures and call them back and send it to you.
Okay, did you send to this number?
Okay, then.
I'm sorry?
Give me like 1 hour.
1 hour.
Yeah, or like 1 hour, one or 1.5.
Okay, I'll call you back. I'll call you back in a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so that was the lady's phone call on Facebook. She said that she was talking to him and then somebody else came up. I don't know what that's about. Exotica, before we end the live, are you able to play your thing? Are you able to click on from your laptop? If not, then we'll go ahead and end the live here and we will reconvene at another time. If you're not able to click on, then we'll just move on and we'll get it at a later date. So let me know if you're able to click on and play it. If she has it uploaded to YouTube, the link of it would be a lot better. So let me see if anything. Let's see. And thank you to everybody who's sharing this on your stories. I appreciate it so much. Thank you all. Let me see if I have any new requests. She said, I can't, I'm going to DM it to you because I'm only good with YouTube on my phone, honestly. Okay. All right. Well, we'll move on. Somebody says, Rabs the Rabbit contacted me and asked if you're able to use the interview. Absolutely, you could use the interview. I don't care. Just don't rip my whole interview and upload it. Do commentary like you're supposed to. And I don't have a problem with that. If you use audio, credit the source that you got it from. Do not play my entire interview, but you can use clips of the interview. Absolutely. But you always supposed to be directing people to the full interview. You're supposed to, like, if you use it and you cover it, you get clips that you feel is important and then you direct them to where you got it from. So I don't mind anybody using the interview, but use it like you're supposed to. Get clips and then divert the people to the source that you got it from. So I don't mind anybody doing that. That's absolutely fine. I have no issue with people using clips. That's how we get our numbers up. That's how we spread awareness. That's how we all are a village, you know. It is what it is. I don't have any problems with that. Let me see. No, she still hasn't sent me anything. So we'll go. Thank you guys for watching. I will do another follow-up video and break down some of the key parts. I'm going to shrink some of this down because I know people probably don't want to sit 3 hours to listen to this. So I'm going to condense a smaller video, tell the story and things like that in shorter form. Hopefully the mom opens up to talk. If she changes her mind, then we'll talk to the mother. What else? But it sounds like they did not have a close relationship. There was a lot of gaps in time from them speaking, from what I'm gathering. The mother talked about how the daughter had mental issues, how they fell out, things like that. So I'm interested to hear her take on it, her side, from her words, what she's feeling. I talked to her briefly today, and she said that she was down to do the interview. Then she changed her mind. So will hopefully get to talk to her mom. And that'll be all. I'll talk to you guys on the next video. If you guys could do me a huge favor, like the video if you have not already. Share this video. Share the link. And also, if you're watching it, share it to your Instagram stories. Tell people where to watch it. I definitely need you guys' help in getting this video into the algorithm because I haven't done videos in a while. And y'all know YouTube is shady like that, okay? So thank you guys. I'll catch you guys on the next one.